Alrighty, hey everyone, hope you guys are all having a good day. Bitcoin continues to do very, very well. We're holding strong, although people might be getting worried. But more important than that, maybe not more important, but what I'm focusing on is altcoins just having a beautiful day. So, happy to see all of you guys in here. Hey Wilder, hey Villa, happy to see both of you guys in here right now. Definitely going to be a volatile day. There is a big old jet flying over my house right now, so you guys may hear that, may not, but I think you guys do because I have a great mic. Yeah, you guys are definitely hearing that right now. Okay, so I'm out of treats for Loki, so I gotta go upstairs if I want to get any of those. But guys, big goal for today. Bitcoin has another opportunity to break out. I've been trying to time my streams with times I think Bitcoin can actually have a nice move to the upside. So far, they've been working good, but it seems like a lot of these big moves are happening in the afternoon instead of the morning. And then when I got home last night, obviously I was in bed like around 1 o'clock. And I was just like, you know what? There's no way I'm gonna wake up at like 5 o'clock to go stream at 5:36. So I told you guys in a message if you guys didn't see it. I'm gonna try to find a time to do an early morning stream, but I think it would most likely be something on like a Sunday or a Monday, and not so much like in the middle of the week where I have that routine set up. So just get ready for all that stuff. Before we get started here, today's sponsor is Ascendex. I got a link down below. If you guys are looking for a new exchange and you guys want to get some good VIP rewards, they'll have some good ones down there as well. So let's get after it, guys. I mean, there's a lot of stuff to talk about here today. A lot as far as technical analysis here. This is Bitcoin's 30-minute chart. Today was interesting. So we talked about what was happening the last few days when it came to Bitcoin and market open for the stock market. And again, this time, we didn't actually have that big boost, maybe because we're at a big level of resistance or something like that. We came down a little bit, and then we started to take off towards the end of the day, and we pretty much had an unch day throughout the stock market. And if you look at everything else, as far as the stock market, that kind of makes sense. This is the NASDAQ. You can see the NASDAQ had a bad day. Think of Bitcoin. Good, like normal, okay day, you know? So I'm happy with the results so far. I'm going to take this off right now. I just want to zoom out a little bit here, and I want to hop on over to the 4-hour chart and get this back over to the pointer mode. We do got a new batch of all-time highs. Let me find out exactly where that high is right over there. Around $111,980. We're looking good. Right now it feels kind of like a dip and rip, so we're going to see if we have another breakout. That breakout should happen over the next few hours, and that's as long as we're going to be streaming tonight. So we have plenty of time to see if we can have a strong move. Now, the title of this video is Bitcoin rests while altcoins are going crazy. Oh shit, I didn't even type it in right. Oops, my bad. Are going, this was my second title of the day. Going crazy. Now, Bitcoin's up about 1.62%. The day is going to reset here in just a few minutes. But again, this is the 4-hour chart. Good moves here. Ethereum is starting to take off a little bit more. Ethereum is up 4% today. Solana's up 3.5%. Solana's about to try to make a breakout here and try to push up towards 184. Before we start getting all lovey-dovey with these tokens, if you guys haven't scaled out yet, do it a little bit if you guys want to. I'm not scaling out today because I've already scaled out plenty. But if you guys haven't scaled out at all, you still have the opportunity right now. Right now, you got Dogecoin also breaking out, almost up 5% right now, heading back up to those resistance levels. Trump is up 1%. Melania and Trump taking a little bit of a hit right now. No, this is Trump. This is Melania. Yeah. Those two are taking a small hit right now. WIF is up 6-7%. Bonk is up 10%. Mirror is up 10%. Baby Doge up 6%. We talked about this one having a breakout yesterday. Book of Meme up another 10% today. This thing is going very, very well for us. Not as high as it was back over here on the 13th of May, but it's creeping back up there. Shiba's up 4%, Pepe's up 9%, Floki's up 9%, AD's up 5%. This is the type of move we've been looking for. And what's happened here is Bitcoin dominance has, if I go over here to the daily chart, is coming back down just a little bit. And you see when all the tokens above me up 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10+% up, that's the small dip you see from Bitcoin dominance. So just wait until we get into something more of an altcoin season where we have something more like that type of move. And that's where the millionaires are made, basically. We still got a long time before that, but God, I hope we get there soon enough, because I know we've all been holding on to these altcoins for far too long. As far as my trades are concerned, I haven't looked at them today, to be honest. The market looks okay, so I was like, okay, That short that we opened up on Bitcoin, I totally forgot about it. It's down 189%. That's not really bothering me because it's, what, 82 cents? Let me flash close that and open up a new trade in a minute. I'm trying to go off that 5-minute chart, but I didn't wait for the confirmation, which kind of killed me there. Melania is up 35%. Book of Meme is up 10,000%, kind of in a weird spot there. Ape Token is up 240%. Solana is up 136. Turbo's up 1,600. The Lingo one is still frozen there, and XRP is up 1,600 here. So we got some good moves right now. I still think if you guys are trying to forecast 2 to 3 weeks from now, even like a month or something away, I think it's still okay to be dollar cost averaging right now. You just have to have a longer horizon. For those who have been dollar cost averaging with us for the last, like, what, 2 months, 3 months, you're more, no, even like even longer than that, like January, February, right? You're much more in like I finally have some profit. I need to lock some of this stuff in here because some of these tokens have moved up so much that I'm just now able to screech out some good profits. An example may be Dogecoin. You know, this is a daily chart. Let's say you started buying Dogecoin back over here, 28 cents. You got an average over here, maybe around 17, 18 cents. It took a while before it became profitable. And while it's profitable, you kind of want to make a little bit of money off of this, right? Is anything really screaming off my charts right now? Just talked about RNDR actually yesterday as well. That one's still moving up. Let me go over here. Still in between some of those moving averages, actually. Makes me want to... IMX. Ooh, IMX is a good one here for pop. Crow, watching that closely. Mooding's still going sky high. And again, my average for Mooding is way up here. Yeah, so that's fun. I should have averaged down. This one would have been a good hold. Matic is still doing okay. Watch for Matic to have a breakout soon. Tron is still kind of bullish compared to everything else. Lord, yeah. Cospa's doing fine. Ocean. Mog. Watch Mog here. Mog is already up 16%. You don't got to really watch it too much closer. It actually had a breakout today as well. Oh, yeah, had a breakout this morning. Or no, yesterday at 5. I didn't even notice it. Nice, clean breakout. And then, boom, here we go. Yeah. Momentum on the side and everything. Yeah, that was a really good move. Yeah, I'm mad I kind of missed that one. I didn't have an alert set onto it. All right. Now, while we kind of see and wait to see if Bitcoin can make that all-time high breakout again, let me move this over here. Usually works best on the 5-minute chart so we can actually see a little bit of the patterns happening. I was looking at the news today and I didn't really find too much about cryptocurrency. Again, when I went on CNBC and Bloomberg and stuff today, they didn't really talk about it too much. I felt like it was mostly about stable coins. But I think we can watch one CNBC video in a little bit, probably like an hour from now, depending on how long you guys want to stay here. But the big news that I saw here was this. So the Supreme Court insulates Fed as it backs Trump firing of agency leaders. So there was a case here. It's not the biggest covered case, I guess you would say, but let me just read the key points here so you guys understand what's going on. The Supreme Court strongly suggested that the Federal Reserve Board members would have greater protection against being fired by a president. The ruling for now allows President Donald Trump to fire Gwen Wilcox from the National Labor Relations Board and Kathy Harris from the Merit Systems Protection Board. The 3 liberal members of the court dissented from the decision by 6 conservative judges, which keeps Wilcox and Harris off their boards as their lawsuit challenges their terminations is pending. Challenging the terminations. So it seems like Trump is going to, if he does try to fire anybody from the Fed, like the Fed board, it's going to be very difficult for him to do that. But from basically anybody else, he can fire them as he sees fit. So Jerome Powell is going to be safe. He likes this result. Trump obviously does not like this result to a certain degree, but I think it's okay for right now because if Jerome Powell was actually kicked off of the Fed, I do think the markets would tank, and I think Bitcoin would probably tank with them just out of pure fear, even though down the road we'd be better off, I'd say, without Jerome Powell in office. But let's give it some time here. In AI news here, this was actually something I need to start going over more AIs with you guys and not just focus on ChatGPT, because ChatGPT was the first thing. That's what I kind of know. Anthropic launches Claude 4, its most powerful AI model yet. And it's the Amazon-backed OpenAI rival. We're going to test this out sometime. Now, it says it has the best coding model in the world. Do I code? No, not really. Will blockchain companies code? Maybe. I'd love to see more of the AI blockchain technology companies come out and start to make a name for themselves here pretty soon. But it's going to be big news. And then Apple, if you guys didn't know, Apple has a guy that pretty much creates their phones and kind of like designs everything. Well, his company just bought that company, and now it looks like OpenAI is going to try to come out with their own phone here in the next few years. So stay tuned for that. Would you guys buy an AI phone? I don't know. Maybe you would. I feel like it would just be able to track so much more information about you. Like, for example, I was at the cigar lounge yesterday, and I was talking about something. I didn't search anything. I was just talking about restaurants and stuff like that, and I talked with you guys about restaurants, right? And then boom, all of a sudden, today, everything flooded. You know how cookies and stuff like that work. What's going to happen there? I feel like there's going to be an advanced AI cookie model that we just don't know about. It's even going to be tracking the president's phone, and with all the AI, I think there's already something like this, but it'll be more advanced. Basically, it can see your schedule. It'll kind of figure out your routine, and it'll be able to maximize your drawing profits from you, basically, by getting you to buy stuff at certain times when you feel like, I don't know my own schedule, but I'm sure there's a time of the day where I typically spend more money than other parts of the day from my phone, from technology. AI will learn that, and then they'll start hitting me with ads, and those times and those ads will have different CPMs in the ads of when I normally wouldn't be looking to buy anything, right? Things like that are going to go crazy. The tech behind that, I have no idea, but maybe they can code with it, with Anthropic, because I have no idea how to code, nor do I want to know how to code. That seems like it's very, very stressful stuff. Now, we don't get many opportunities like this. Look at Bitcoin. The last hour it's profitable. The last 24 hours is profitable. 7 days, 30, 60, 90, year to date. Everything with Bitcoin is crystal clean, crystal green, looking good. Even Ethereum is still down 20% year to date, which is wild because a lot of stuff isn't that bad, right? Only thing similar maybe Dogecoin ADA, but Dogecoin is up 41%. Ethereum's only up 32% in the last 60 days. There's a little bit more juice, I would say, in Ethereum's tank here. XRP is still doing okay. Everything is still doing fine here. I'll add more of these tokens onto my list because I think this would be a nice safe haven list, the one I was building up yesterday for you guys, where those who just want to have reliable altcoins to buy that do move up 36% in a month or 90% in a month, or they do move up 106% in the last 60 days or 34% in the last 90 days, they can buy into those tokens knowing that generally speaking, they have been going higher and higher and higher. And maybe what we'll end up calling the list is, instead of having it be consistent growers, maybe what we'll have it be called is buy the dips, right? And by choosing those ones, you get to see how nice and green everything is. That's kind of the moves we're looking for here. That's what we're looking for. All right, so trades are doing okay still far. I'm going to refresh my trades eventually. I think I'm going to open up some new ones on this index. That way you guys can see that exchange a little bit more here as well. I wish there was more news to tell you guys about today, but honestly, like, I was looking and looking and looking. I didn't see anything too crazy. There's always X and stuff like that, what's going on. You know what? The big beautiful bill got through the House. That was news. Say the big beautiful bill got through the House. Is that the biggest news? Probably, but I mean, like, Streamer University with Kai Cenat, Harvard, Doomsday, WrestleMania, DJ Khaled. Is that stuff? No, not really. But I went over to CNBC today, and I was trying to see how much news do they have, but maybe they have some more since I stopped looking this morning. Home sales, no. Boring. Tariffs, boring. AI, boring. Equity, Japan, yeah. Consumer need isn't there for OpenAI hardware products. Yeah, it really depends. Yeah, most people like me, we're not using anything from OpenAI like that. We're just using the $20 version. Let's see. No. Yeah, stable coins will lower the cost of transactions. That's it. We'll probably watch this video here in a little bit. That's all we can watch from CNBC today. It's been bad, guys. It's been bad as far as news. Road to 200,000. I know what I actually need to do here as Bitcoin's gearing up for another move here. I do need to bring up my old Bitcoin 24/7 live stream back and have that be set up with maybe some moving averages and maybe Lux Algo on there or something like that. I think that'd work out. Heck, I'm already paying monthly for TradingView for that account as well. I just turned off one of my accounts, so I have 2 left here, so that'd be a good goal though. And hey, Max Parra, happy to see my man Kumar. Dope background. I know, and hey, Dolphins, happy to see you in bullshit. Yeah, I mean, you guys can't see it now. Actually, you can actually see the color difference a little bit here because I have my overhead light on right now as well. But when it comes to this, I felt it was kind of boring and I needed something for my day-to-day videos, which I didn't make any today. I'm going to make some after the stream is over. No, I'll just make some tonight and I'll post them tomorrow. But I needed something behind me so it wasn't white. If you don't have that thing there, that's what you guys see, and that doesn't look nearly as good. The only thing that looks kind of weird is maybe this little black thing right here, but that's literally my desk. I'm not gonna do anything with that here. I would say the only difference from today's stream and yesterday's stream is I'm not smoking any cigars today. I got to take myself a little bit of a breather after I smoked a few with you guys yesterday. I smoked 2 with you guys, and I smoked 1 at the lounge here, which was pretty fun. All right, so what's World Token is actually up 27% right now. I have some of this, and I am now officially profitable on this, which is great. Took a little bit of time, but these dollar cost averages, the spot ones are working out. The leverage ones have been working out for already a few days here. But let's see. Let's go to the weekly chart. You know, funny enough, we were talking a lot about potentially having some nice moves with altcoins over the past few days, weeks, even months, only because we saw the MACDs on the weekly charts finally start to go good, and we're starting to see those moves happen. Now, again, this is a weekly chart. These candles maybe don't look as crazy as you would expect, but let's say you just bought right here, which is where we went green MACD at the end of the week where it closed, and now you'd be up 64%. That's how great these meme coins are here. And remember, these moves don't typically last all too long, so scale out as you guys are able to. When we do have something more of an altcoin season, we'll be there. But tokens like this, you know, World Token, this wasn't around in 2021 when we had the altcoin season. This was just a nice run, but it wasn't the altcoin season, right? Fetch AI, same thing, right? This wasn't altcoin season. This was its altcoin season, where it ran up, I guess, from COVID lows, which is pretty crazy, the highs, like 16,000%. You know, this type of move over here was 2,000%. A difference there. But if you go over to market cap, I'm assuming the market cap for Fetch AI way back in the day was probably something completely different. Let's go market cap all. This is 2023, 2020. Yeah, that market cap was $30 million way back over there. And then and during the peak of the 2021 cycle, it got up to 700 million. And right now it's at 2 billion. Yeah, times have definitely changed. I mean, you could have still bought down here and still done very well late term. I got to find some more low market cap tokens for us though, because if we can get something that's running up 10,000%, toss $100 in there, oh yeah, you're still very happy with those moves. We just have to have the capital to deploy at this point, right? Let's go back over to the 5. Is Bitcoin? Oh, Bitcoin's still moving here. I need that freaking sign. There we go. For whatever reason, I can't move this over 40, the text size, or I can't drag it to be larger. So that size is the largest that TradingView will give me. Here at home, I think it's fine, but for you guys, it may be a little bit small. I know because a lot of you guys are watching on your phone and whatnot. But just like that, as soon as we go live, we're already looking at a chance to hit all-time highs, which is exactly what we're looking for here. And hey, Ken, happy to see my man Sonny, Doe Street, GT. I know Loki's ignoring me. We were just playing a while ago, and now he's just like, oh, he hears me talking about him. Hello. Oh, did you bring your toy? Did you bring your toy? Can I play with your toy? No. He does these little happy things to like look. He He makes me think he's coming to see me. He's actually jumping on my shoulder to peek at treats and see if there's any treats for him. And when there's not, he'll... Okay. Can I have the toy? There you go. Let's see. Everybody wants to see you. Can you see yourself in the camera? No? Yeah, alright. So he's still in a playful mood. He was very upset with how long we streamed yesterday. It was like 4 hours and 45 minutes. He was upset. I think that works though. If anything, we'll do like two 2-hour streams a day or something like that. But I prefer just one long one. So I'm actually here sitting down. My voice calms down a little bit. I'm calmed down a little bit, right? My Pepe Bonk and Sheep Bag is literally sitting on XRP. Average on Doge is 0.8. Oh yeah, you're good with the average on Doge. Then my phone is now ran on Gemini AI new Pixel. Ooh, let me know how that is. I did set up, you know, there's a setting in your iPhones that you can change to allow ChatGPT to actually like work together. I've done it a little bit. The coolest thing I've done so far is I've changed Siri to have like a different accent. It's like, hey Siri, what's 5 times 100?
5 times 100 is 500.
Who would have thought? You know what I mean? So, yeah, I got a nice little voice, like a Jarvis type voice, but a female Jarvis. And hey, Charmander. So, Mike, I don't think I would get. I would open an. I would. Wait, I don't think I would an open AI device. I can just see the end game of their world mobile token eye scan built into said device. Oh yeah. What do you call it? Imagine, you know, what's his name? God, I'm already forgetting his name. You know, the head of OpenAI. He already has the other AI company he's working with is a crypto AI company, the World Token, right? I'm wondering if any of that tech is going to be part of OpenAI, right? If it is, I'll be excited because that means I'll make some money off of that token. But will I buy the phone? Probably not. Probably not. That's too much AI in my pocket for now. This New York City weather is garbo, man, but man, at least Doge gets to run outside for a while. Right now, it's actually, it's actually cloudy out here where I live in Washington State. It was kind of sunny today. I was kind of happy. Had my cleaning lady come over, and then my grandma also came over to visit, so I was hanging out with them for part of the day, or my grandma at least. So it's been a good day. Dude, what do I think about the new Microsoft token Space and Time? I think we talked about this a little bit ago. I think this was yesterday. Let me re-look it up because I didn't know about it beforehand, and I still don't know much about it as well. Was this a token? It's down 15% today. What is this? 2019 website. Yeah, build on space and time blockchain for ZK proven data. So this type of stuff goes way over my head. All the coding and things like that. The X account, if I remember, was popular. Yeah, 482,000, right? When I see stuff like this, and I don't really understand it, but I understand them making the right moves, I typically just add this onto a dollar cost average list, and then I will buy more and more of it over time. I think the MC2 one, this is the one that hadn't really been tweeting all too much, right? Yeah, it hadn't tweeted since like last year, 2024, right? I like that they're doing something that's like in the real world where you're going to see like actual Wall Street money kind of funnel into it. But I just don't comprehend much of what they're doing because I do not work in this side of the blockchain at all. But it's a strong buy for me for long-term holders. You know, there's only so many tokens you'd actually want to hold for the long term, and that's like that kind of enters into that category. So most of the time what we talk about here on the channel is going to be cycle lists. So like we buy when Bitcoin's around 25,000 crashing in 2022, we're buying up altcoins and all types of stuff, and then we sell a few years later when everything is sky high, right? That's the cycle type of portfolio. But for the long-term portfolio, you want to have something where you think it's going to do well for years to come, and it's going to hold up against all the regulatory frameworks that are going to try to keep those tokens off certain exchanges. So you can imagine eventually there's going to be like a Wall Street in Texas, or you're going to have like a crypto side of Wall Street. All right. Well, they may try to stop meme tokens from being part of the exchange. They may try to stop certain tokens that just don't have really real world utility, they may try to stop them from being on the markets. They may have them be in a separate account, a separate exchange for over the counter, which we have for the stock market, right? And that's the way I think we're gonna go, but I don't think it'll end up the way they want to, because again, America isn't just the only crypto player out there; it's the whole freaking world. So they can try to get those things out, but it won't necessarily work. Unless they just won't work. Won't do well at all. You got to get on Pepe. I swear it's the one that can go to 1 cent. I've had Pepe for a long time now. Pepe. So before it broke down earlier this year, if you look at Pepe's chart, Pepe's up 11%. But you look at Pepe's chart, it's been consistently going higher and higher and higher. Right? It's been doing fine. My average for Pepe, although I wish I had more, is like down here. Right? And I've scaled that as time goes on, and I've averaged up. So maybe my average is actually up here a little bit more right now, to be honest. Yeah, I've been averaging up. Same with Floki, right? Floki hasn't been as profitable as Pepe, but I still like it. Sheep I've been buying into a little bit more here. Book of Meme I've been buying into a little bit more here. Book of Meme has a larger bag here. Same thing with Mudang, remember? But you see what's happening with Mudang? I'm anticipating a lot of other tokens having similar moves like that, where on the monthly chart, it just takes one good month for us to go, woo, you know? And, you know, Mudang can go all the way back to all-time highs. I'm still scaling out of my Mudang right now because it's profitable, but I should, you know, it would be easier if I had like a move, It'd be easier if I had an average that was low like this. It'd make it a lot easier, but I don't, because I stopped dollar cost averaging into it after a while. There we go. Boom. Let's see right there. And thanks, CT. Yeah, it's interesting time right now for sure. Thanks, Mike. Was asking because Coinbase just listed. Oh yeah. 1 billion Sheeb and 1 billion Pepe. I bet I can buy a house in Seattle soon. Probably pretty good for a Louisiana boy. What do you call? I'm not even trying to buy a Seattle house. Have you seen those Seattle houses? Let me show you. Let me go over here very fast. Go over to good old Zillow, Seattle. If you want an actual house in Seattle, let's say we're not even in the main city where I go and every now and again. You just want a house. Like, here's a house. 1,700 square foot. Cool million. 1.1 million. $7,000 a month. Look at that. One bath. It's a one bath for $1 million. God. All right, there we go. But we get to watch Bitcoin potentially break out here. It looks like it wants to. So let's cross our fingers. There we go. The only reason Mudang is up is because Robinhood listed. Exactly, though. This new Trump administration in the cryptocurrency has been very good for those, for things like Robinhood and Webull, who have a lot of capital on their exchanges and a lot of people that want to buy cryptocurrency, but they just haven't had the guts to really put the new tokens on their exchange. Because, to be frank, if they did, the old SEC Gary Gensler, he would have come after them with a Wells notice, then said that Robinhood is doing all this stuff, so they need to sue, and then it would have just been a complete freaking mess. But now that Trump's in there, or at least a pro crypto administration, right? It just makes it a lot easier for those companies to have those moves. And you know what? I don't even know. I don't have a Robinhood account, but can I get into one? Robinhood Gold. Let's see. What we offer crypto. Here we go. Let's see. The website doesn't tell me how many things I would have. It has my login info. Can I log in? Send a text instead. Oh, maybe I do have a Robin account. As Bitcoin comes down just a little bit here. And Let's see, continue. Will it work or will it not? Moment of truth. Oh, I do have, okay, I have $47 in here. What the heck is in this? I have some NVIDIA and some fun. And I have some cash earning 0.1% interest. I thought I didn't have an account. Last time I tried logging through my phone, it said I didn't have one. Look at this. I'm up 28% over last month. Year to date, I'm down 7%. Oh shit. What went down? What do I own? Oh, 24-hour market. Interesting. I'm up 705% of my NVIDIA. Now that's only $37. And I guess I'm happy I got it in my retirement account, but not bad. I swear people forget that long-term holding is like the best way to own assets. This one share of fun is down 68%. This was a YOLO back in the day though. How was the last 5 years? Oh yeah, this can easily go back up higher. When did I buy this? Oh, they had a split back last year. Okay. I haven't done anything with Robinhood in a very long time. As you can see by, oh, actually, I can probably figure that out. Hold on. NVIDIA. Give me a second. Is there a way to tell when you bought a particular token? Split. No. So my average cost, okay, $16.50. Oh, $16.50. Holy shit. When was that at? This is pre-split. So like, I bought this back in 2022. Yeah, damn. Oh, this is back when I was streaming and using Robinhood on my streams. Maybe I should use Robinhood for streams every now and again to talk about stocks. Imagine if I had like well, I did have more than that in my retirement account. My retirement account's very healthy because of NVIDIA. And I own some Bitcoin maybe? Yeah, I bought this a long time ago too. $35,000. It's up 218%. Now again, it's not much, but I don't care. It's up 218%. I have it in actual like wallets. Yeah. All right, we're going to use that a little bit more, guys. We're going to use that a little bit more. Bitcoin's coming down a little bit. We're going to keep a close eye on it. Let me push this back over here. God, it's been a year since I've opened up that account. I usually don't leave money in accounts though, so I must have really just forgot about that. No, if I only left $50 in there, I definitely forgot. I definitely pulled everything else out of it. How many MOG tokens would need to be a whale? Oh, dude, I have no idea. MOG would probably say trillions or something like that, but I don't think it's too hard to get that many tokens. I have a friend who actually was on the MOG team, so I know a lot of people have been like buying that stuff up. Oh, excuse me. I'm already getting a little tired here, and my throat's getting a little sore. What the fuck, 7K a month? Yeah, man, Seattle ain't. I don't live in downtown Seattle. I live out because I got, what, 1,300 square feet? Like, if I was to live downtown, that's, woo, no, thank you. I got 2 bathrooms, 3 beds, a dining room, 1 living room, 2 living rooms, a balcony, a garage, like a half an acre of land, which still costs money where I'm at, but like I got my stuff situated. Yeah, it's a little bit different. I said Seattle, but I more likely would be near Spokane. Just love Washington's beauty and lifestyle. It's very, very nice, especially if you live outside. I would say don't knock the places outside of Seattle, like a little bit farther away, like in Eatonville or Centralia. They also have some charms to it as well if you want to be by the nature and stuff like that. Spokane is on the other side where it's a little bit more dry. So if you want a lot of dryness, you're going to go over to Spokane. If you want a little bit more water and trees, maybe a little bit of a moldy smell of the air, you're going to stay on the west side of the state. You looked a little more about covered calls. Have you heard of the wheel strategy? I have not heard of the wheel strategy, but I can look it up for you sometime. I haven't heard of that one before. I know covered calls, but not the wheel strategy. I'm sure there's a YouTube video about it. I can watch it and try to like replicate it for you guys, but I haven't heard of it before. No, I'm a naked call guy, and it's so risky. But that's the type of stuff that I've enjoyed. Like, for instance, here, take the strategy we used for Bitcoin, right? Stochastic oscillators, RSI oscillators, and then we got the MACD oscillator. Add the change of character. You put that into any stock right now, and let's go to the Amazon here, right? Boom. And we got one right here. Well, there's a bear signal right there, which is a little bit funky. We'll still stick around. Yeah, we'll still use that one as a reference. And then over here. There you go. All right. And then we have to wait until... Oh, we need... Okay, hold on. Forget about that strategy. I'll just go to the last part, then we can kind of go from there. You find the breakout, which in this case was right here. The green, it was green, even though it was choppy, it's still green, green, green. You buy, and then you kind of wait for the momentum to kind of take you off. Typically, I guess you'd wait a little bit till after earnings reports, but same type of movement there. You don't have to buy exactly when the MACD turns green on the weekly chart because it doesn't always work. Excuse me. And then over here, I think there was one more. Oh, this one would have already happened though. Earnings, breakout, momentum is good here, momentum is good here. So that just turned into a grinder, I guess. If I can find out. No, there's no drop down. But yeah, most of the time you just been buying and you just kind of hold for a few days, and it's been working out pretty well for me. Or a few weeks. Google's been similar, although Trump can mess with stuff a little bit more. You can see a lot more of like these like few weeks of just bearishness or just 1 week of bearishness. You don't typically get that in Bitcoin here. But Google hasn't even turned bullish back yet. I haven't even messed with this in a while. I was looking at it back over here, right? There was some bearish action there, but there was an opportunity back over here and over here. That one still ended up moving higher. Same with this one. So when you get that bullish momentum, you can do a lot more day trading as well. But I've always done naked calls, and you see the moving averages right here, a lot of volatility. Get ready for some big moves next week when it comes to Google. Google. Maybe it'll be fun to day trade that with you guys. I don't know. There we go. Or better yet, let me go over here very fast. Let me clear out this. If I go over here to the daily chart, how has smart money concepts been? No, that's not what I'm looking for here. Smart money. Color candles, and we just need to move this over to the front. Has this been working well? Yeah, not as well as I would like it to, but it's fine. How's the weekly been working? No, not as well. This thing is really working well for crypto right now compared to freaking Amazon. I know Amazon got hit by the tariff stuff, but that's pretty brutal. We don't need that for this one here. There we go. Ooh, but that's why I guess I keep on filtering out what works and what doesn't. Do you rent or do you have a mortgage? So I have a house that's paid off, but I think when I move to Thailand, I think I'm just gonna rent it or make it an Airbnb and have my grandparents kind of manage it for me, because I won't be here to, like, the water heater goes out, something like that. Oh, boom, right? So I got a house that's paid off. I wanted to pay it off because I don't like having a bunch of expenses. It's nice. My house is not what you would call luxurious or modern with nice finishes and stuff. It's just like a chill house. It just happens to be in a nicer area. That's the best I can tell you. All I wanted was some like nice backyard. You guys see my backyard. I could walk around it for a while. It's a nice sized backyard. That's pretty much where the money was. The value of the house was like the land itself, not necessarily the house. But my house is like 1,300, 1,400 square feet, so it's good size, especially for me and a dog. Yeah, it works out. LA Center is a good area. Ooh, I just want to move somewhere where we don't have tornadoes and hurricanes. I can't blame you for that one. We have tornadoes every now and again, but I think they're very, very rare. I think actually if I get off of this, let me clear out some space for myself. Here we go. I think list of Washington, tornadoes in Washington state are rare, with an average of 2 to 3 tornadoes touching down within state boundaries annually. So we get 2 to 3 a year. It's just not talked about too much. Let me go over here. 2020, we have a land spout, one that happened north of Richland, and another land spout. All right, so quite weak, no damage reported. All right, so we're good over here. We have them, but they're not necessarily that bad. Oh, look at Bitcoin go. Sorry, my jacket felt kind of funky for a second. All the altcoins that are right above myself, if we go higher, all these are going to start turning green. Look at all the green popping up right now. Green, 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 all of a sudden. All right, barrels, come on in. You'll move in. There's a I would say Washington's great as long as you spend time finding out where exactly you want to live. I have friends all over the place. Like, I have friends that live in like luxury neighborhoods of the South Sound versus the North Sound, because like just the monetary component of it. I have friends live downtown Seattle in condos that just have 400 square feet, and that's it. But their condo is more than my house, right? It all depends, where you want to move. And hey, Vegas, Nick, hey, Michael, I'm from 100 Degree Las Vegas. Dude, I'm excited, man. I'm hyped. I'm going to get a tan while I'm down there. I'm going to go to some parties and events, and then I'm going to spend some time with you and CT. We're going to have some good times over there. I know my freedom is a little bit more towards the back end of the conference, but I'm thinking Friday night we could hang out for a little bit. And then I'll probably go do something afterwards. I'm not entirely sure, but excuse me. I don't know. It'll just be a good time to hang out with everybody, see how everybody's doing, chat everybody up, smoke some cigars if you guys want to smoke some cigars. I'm bringing cigars as well, so you guys don't have to buy. Well, you might have to buy one to get into a spot, but like if you want a second or a third or a fourth cigar, depending on how long we talk, I got you covered there. Let me see. Ethereum is still building back up. Solana's fine. Oh, Solana's popping off a little bit right now, actually. Solana's hitting resistance. We just had the new candle here, so everything's a little bit more orange. Moodang is still... damn, Moodang. That's something else right there. Does that make a difference? No, I don't think it does. The text gets a little bit larger. There we go. Moodang still looks fine. Futures are up right now. Alright, we'll stick with Bitcoin for now, just because Bitcoin looks like it wants to do something here. Bitcoin dominance is still coming down. There we go. Where'd it go? There we go. 1 minute chart. Boom. Let's see. There we go. All right. Keep that for a second. I would love to have a cabin out in the Index, Washington area. Oh, I haven't been to Index in a long time. I think that's from where my grandpa took me back in the day. Whale token is still popping off. This is a 1 minute chart, so bear with me. Oh, damn, it's making up ground from earlier today. What happened back during noon? This thing just shit the bed. All right, there we are. There's probably going to be some manipulation as well. So let me put together some stuff over here. I got CNBC over here. Let me go over to YouTube, and I want to talk about Bloomberg Bitcoin. I want to see if Bloomberg talked about Bitcoin at all today as well. This is a video from yesterday. This could be very good as well. I was going to play some music for you guys, but my thing isn't working. My sound system. Oh, now it wants to work. This thing was freezing up earlier. I'll play some music after we're done watching some videos here. But I want to see if Bitcoin can actually have a breakout. And then... give me a second. Apple's AI failure. That's actually pretty interesting. Let me go over here to Bitcoin. There we go. Today, what are the biggest Bitcoin videos? Crypto. Oh, damn, George. George says Bitcoin is going to 600,000. I cannot endorse that, but I can appreciate the enthusiasm. I can definitely appreciate the enthusiasm for that one. Let's see, Tyler. Vegas is a great spot. I love Vegas quite a bit. I go there a few times a year. I just a great spot. People are nice. All the tourist people are nice as well. You know, whatever you want to do, you can do it. I don't typically gamble all too much, but I like to gamble. I like to sports gamble, that type of stuff. I just don't do it all too much. Good place to smoke cigars, great place to just chill and vibe. And, you know, if you want to have a spa day, you can have a spa day. You can do whatever you want to. People assume you have to walk around and see everything. That's like on your first or second trip. After that, you just do whatever the fuck you want. And you have a good time there. All right, back over to the 5-minute chart. We're starting to see a little bit of a chart that I don't like. I want to see this thing keep on climbing and climbing and climbing right now. Loki's over here asking for butt scratches. There we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move these ones over here very fast. Those are the two videos we're going to watch. I want to give Bitcoin a few more minutes here to see if we can break out, talk with you guys, watch all the action here. Excuse me. And then I will also put up some music here that should do the trick too. And of course, as soon as I try myself again, it's starting to freeze here. I don't know what's up with this software. All right, it's working now. Let's go over to Happy EDM. I should do okay. I wish the Pump It Up song. Oh, I think yesterday I didn't get in trouble, but I think there was a copyright on one of the songs I played, and I wonder if it was the Pump It Up song. Revenue. Yeah, it showed up right here. Pump It Up. Also a couple other ones, but I pay for this software, so it shouldn't do the other ones. But Pump It Up. This claim doesn't restrict your video at the moment, so it's not like I earned any money off the stream. So we can play Pump It Up when Bitcoin is pumping it up. In fact, maybe I'll just pull it up here in case Bitcoin does make the move. That way we can have it. Let me go over here. Hey boy. Sorry, I saw Loki's tail. I was like, ah. And then YouTube. Pump it up. And we have it ready to go. There we go. It's ready. It's just on the sideline right now. It's just on the sideline. Give it some time. All right. So while that's happening, I want to check out. Well, actually, let's just do this. I want to check out some of the tokens that are like a really low market cap. So like 250 million and below. Excuse me, Jesus. I didn't eat anything. Oh, I had a smoothie today. I had a smoothie. You know, yesterday, I didn't eat until like 11 o'clock at night. I forgot to eat because of our stream. I literally forgot to eat. Today, I made sure to have a nice berry smoothie with some protein powder in it so I can outlast the stream here. So these are all tokens below $250 million. We can take a quick peek here at Bitcoin every now and again. Japan's core inflation climbs to 3.5%, highest in more than 2 years. Damn, Trump is fucking with all these countries right now. All right, let's go back over here. Bitcoin's still going. This is all pretty green right here. I mean, what I really care about is like year-to-date type stuff. You can see how they're down still for the most part here, but Open Eden dollar, oh, that's stable coin. Okay. Casper, we've talked about Casper a little bit. We can add that onto our watch list as well. Anything else? Drift. Drift is okay. I like strong growth. I'm not paying $5,000-6,000 for any token that's not Bitcoin or Ethereum. But this could be something, if you guys like it, you guys can go into it. It's not a bad like money maker. Alley. How is Alley still on our second list here? Alley's the weird one, guys. Alley's is the creepy one. All right. Give it a couple seconds. This type of pattern doesn't bode well for queuing up, and kind of reminds me of a pattern that wants to go sideways. There we go. Doge is flying right now. Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah, Doge is pumping. So I'm looking right now. Here are some things that are pumping up. Moodang continues to go higher. Turbo's going higher. I have a long on Turbo right now, thank God. World token. Oh, it looked like it was going higher. Maybe not. It's getting whiplashed. And then ID token is going higher. And these are small moves compared to where they could end up. Miro, Bonk are both going higher here. Miro's doing okay. I think I have Miro, but my average is really bad. Let me see if I can go find off crypto.com. You know, maybe that's something I do every now and again. Maybe what I do is I have a video where I'm in the middle, like over there in the middle. And then on one side I have a Coinbase or a crypto.com account showing some money in there. And the other one showing, Robinhood showing some stock money there. And I kind of go back and forth talking about them so you can kind of see some results. Maybe that's something for down the road though. So, accounts. Damn, so can I no, I can't go back that far, never mind. I have a bunch of random tokens and they're all doing generally pretty good. Even Kronos, somehow I have money on Kronos. See, this December, yeah, okay, yeah. Haven't bought Chronos since December, but that's okay. Also, I don't want to speak too soon, but I think we just entered the bull market. It's been feeling kind of bullish here for the last few days. Now that we're actually having breakouts and all-time highs, I think you consider that a bull market, yeah. Sol is pumping right now. Doge is pumping. I saw some of the dog tokens are also trying to pump here as well. They can't make me hate Kanye. Oh my god. Moodang is the coin of the month besides Bitcoin. Since I bought Moodang. I didn't buy enough of it. I didn't average enough of it. But I think if you guys want to day trade, that token is just going to be fantastic for day trading. I haven't seen how it works out with like something like a let's go to 5-minute chart. Smart money concepts. Buy right here worked out. Did not work out there. Sell didn't work out. Sell worked out there. Buy worked out there. Well, what about it? It's a bullish trend, so you're not even looking at shorting. You're looking at just buying. So let me go that way. Buy is fine. No. So that's 1 out of 2, 2 out of 3, 3 out of 4. Yeah, 4 out of 5, 5 out of 6, 5 out of 7. 6 out of 7, 7 out of 7. Oh shit, 7 out of 9. My bad. 7 out of 10. 8 out of 10. 8 out of 11. Shit, I'm bad at math, as you guys don't know. But it, generally speaking, looks like it's been doing okay here. If you just buy when on the lows in here, maybe add some momentum. So maybe when the 4-hour chart is good, you're looking okay. I mean, this thing's been like a monster here, and it's still going higher. It's at a big level of resistance, so those shorts are going to be hopping in there any minute, though. So just careful with that one. Shorts are going to love something like that. There we go. Okay. While Bitcoin is consolidating here very fast, we are going to put some. There we go. I do want to play a video for you guys here. Let me turn up my audio just a tad. 90% here. So this is one from 12 hours ago. Stablecoins will lower the cost of transactions. Again, just important stuff. This is him talking about crypto as well, and the Trump family, what they're doing in crypto. So pay attention, learn from it. I think this actually was something I learned that was informative today. I already knew it, but it was still informative.
The price of Bitcoin now at record levels, topped 111,000 for a brief moment. Right now, the cryptocurrency trading about 110,716. Joining us right now, Anthony Scaramucci, founder and managing partner of Skybridge Capital. Explain the move, Anthony, because we've now diverged again from all sorts of things.
Away from the central bankers and
Skybridge Capital.
But yeah, diverging away from the stock market. I gotta love when Bitcoin does that.
Explain the move, Anthony, because we've now diverged again from all sorts of things. It seems to go along with something, and then it seems to not go along with things.
So if I could really explain the move, Andrew, I would stop working. So I can't explain the move. What I can say, though, is a bipartisan commitment to stablecoin legislation, the Genius Act, and of course you have the Stable Act coming up. I know Joe Kernan's got to love the fact that these two acts are called Stable Genius. Am I right? So
yeah,
you've got
exactly.
the two, right? So you've got the stable.
The main coin is Covfefe, isn't it?
Yeah. So you've got Joe. I know you love Stable and Genius when those words are put together, but these are two.
The shoe fits.
Listen, it's a bipartisan act, and I think it's putting to bed the.
Again, I don't like Scaramucci all too much, but he is trying to be serious, and the news anchors don't really take him as seriously. Just remember, we're going to watch the second one, they treat him a little bit more seriously, but like, they themselves do not understand crypto or blockchain technology. They don't think they should. They're just doing it for the money. So keep that into perspective, because he does say some stuff that will like tweak their brains or scratch an itch or something like that, which will be kind of interesting for you guys to see, because that's where they're like, oh, that's practical. Oh, that makes sense. You know, that type of stuff.
Idea that we're going to have a partisan.
Oh, sorry, let me 1 second. How's Bitcoin doing? Nope, still consolidating.
An issue around regulation in Bitcoin. And by the way, this is really along the David Sachs theory, where we've got to make Bitcoin bipartisan. If we're really going to create a crypto reserve for the United States, and you guys know this, we have states now that have passed crypto reserves. Countries, sovereign wealth funds are buying it. And so this sort of paves the way for a bipartisan commitment to Bitcoin, but it also opens up pathways for foundations, endowments, institutional investors. And so, Andrew, I think this move is Bitcoin, when you're looking at it as a capital allocator, it's sort of the Dow of crypto. And so therefore, people are taking a toehold position. It's thinly volumed in terms of the amount of supply that's out there. And that's what's pushing the price up so aggressively.
In terms of what's going on with the president, and I know you have particular views about the president, but I imagine there's got to be some views that are actually, I mean, you've had a criticism of him, but some positive views. He's having this meeting or dinner with all of the crypto world. What are we supposed to think about that?
Okay, it's not a crypto dinner. It's not a dinner with the crypto world. It's a dinner with those people who have bought up a lot of his personal Trump token. So if you're one of the top 10 holders of Trump token, you guys get to have dinner with the president.
Oh, you know, and I've had this conversation with Joe. There were some things he was doing in the tariffs I didn't like. He paused the tariffs. I came on the air and praised that. I'm actually just going to be anti-Trump. He's done a lot of good things on the crypto piece. He's done some good things for the banks. He set up a course for some deregulation that I think is positive for growth. But alongside of that, unfortunately, you're picking up some of the meme activity, or you're picking up the notion that the president's actually going to be out there measuring people's wallets in his own meme coin to provide him access. And so, you know, listen, it's probably inside the spirit of the law, Andrew, and the letter of the law, if you will, but it doesn't feel right to a lot of people. And I just think it slows down. It gums up the works for crypto, and it makes people think of the unseemly side of the blockchain and crypto as opposed to the positive. So I'm not in love with the dinner. I'm sure there are people on the president's team that are not in love with the dinner, probably not going to be as candid as I would be about the dinner. But that's the president. And so what are you going to do? When you're at the Trump buffet, Andrew, you got to eat everything. You got to eat the meme coin alongside the positive stuff that he's doing too. There's no a la carte menu when you're dining with Donald Trump, particularly on these types of things.
Anthony, the pomp was on yesterday. He was back.
I like how we called him the pomp. All right, but that's all from that video there. We don't need to focus too much more on him. But again, I want to see what happens with this private event. I don't know exactly when it's supposed to be held, but we could have some big news coming out of it. At least I hope we do. The next one here is from Bloomberg, and they're talking about what's driving Bitcoin in new records. This guy is much more informative, much more trustworthy than Scaramucci, I would say, so we're going to listen to him very fast. But before that, Bitcoin's still consolidating. If I go over here to the 15-minute chart, you can see we're still cooking, which means we might have to wait a little bit because, I mean, that's the pattern right there. We've broken out, we've gone higher, we're consolidating, we're going to have a continuation pattern. Technically, it could take a little bit of time for it to happen, but I would say it's probably going to happen later on tonight here. That's kind of what I'm looking for. Now, we got to wait a little bit, of course, and it kind of sucks to have to wait, but we'll survive because we want to make our money. So we'll survive. Let's go back to the 5. 5 puts enough of this in here so you guys can see what's going on. I could shrink that down there. All-time highs. And that way you can kind of see the pattern that's emerging. Everything right now, just with Bitcoin's dip, also dipped back down as well. So, you know, funny enough. All right, so this is just Michael Novogratz. Here we go.
Mike, the crypto industry is definitely having a moment right now. There's a listing of your company, Galaxy Digital, Coinbase joining the S&P 500. You also have the debut of eToro, and of course, the price of Bitcoin itself on an upswing today, hitting a record $108,000. Do you think the news around the crypto ecosystem is helping to drive the price of Bitcoin? What's wagging the dog here?
I think, listen, it started with Larry Fink when he got orange pilled and the largest asset manager of the world said this is a real asset, in at least Bitcoin, that everyone should be part of. And lots of other companies, Invesco with us, followed suit, right? And so that was kind of round one of institutions coming in. But really it was the change of the shift of approach from the Gary Gensler SEC to this Trump administration, which has just embraced our industry. And that freed up the animal spirits, both here and abroad, right? I've had conversations with heads of large sovereign wealth funds that said, if America's buying Bitcoin, we're buying Bitcoin. And so you're seeing, like, the snowball is rolling downhill. The one thing that could have held it back some, at least the Bitcoin price, would have been if, you know, Scott Bessent and his team and Congress could have really knocked that deficit from 7% of GDP down towards 3%, which was his plan. Right now, it looks like it's going from 7 to 8. And, you know, I like Scott Bessent a lot. I think he's as competent and capable as anybody. We're in a really hard position as a country. And when you have this kind of debt, and you're seeing it with long ends of interest, yield curves are selling off everywhere. The dollar's under pressure, and that all is very good for Bitcoin and crypto assets as well.
All right, there we go. So things are still working out in our favor here. I really do hope this big, beautiful bill is passed. There's no real news about it, though. Secret Wars, Claude. If I go over here to Bitcoin, I'm sure something's going to pop up about the big, beautiful bill, right? 60 Minutes report on the first Bitcoin purchase. Let's see. Oh, 15 years today, Lazo, whatever his name is, bought 2 pieces for 10,000 Bitcoin. That Bitcoin is now worth $1.2 billion. Happy Pizza Day. Man, that's what, like, you know, $1 billion worth of pizza looks like. Hopefully he still had some, because that's wild. That is absolutely wild. Let's see. President Trump says the U.S. is dominating in Bitcoin and crypto, and we're going to keep it that way. He knows there's a conference coming up, so he's going to start talking and tweeting about Bitcoin a little bit more. Bitcoin's new all-time high is $111,000 like clockwork. It is not clockwork. This guy's been wrong plenty, but, you know, generally speaking, he's correct. That's like most of us here. Bitcoin Pizza Day strategy paid with USTD. Damn. Cheese pizza, pepperoni pizza, and deluxe pizza. You know, I don't know many people that actually like deluxe pizza. I myself, I've never gone into it. I'm a fan of just pepperoni and cheese. If it's cheese, though, it can't be like whatever this place's pizza's cheese. It has to be like a crispy, nice, you know, wood-fired oven type of crispiness. Heading to the crypto dinner in London County, Virginia. Oh, this is 2 hours ago. There we go. Yeah. So it's today. Heading to the crypto dinner in London County, Virginia in a little while. The USA is dominating in crypto, Bitcoin, etc., and we're going to keep it that way. Interesting. Oh, geez. 100, 100, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, then 1 million. This is still my favorite tweet from yesterday. I'm going to retweet this one. Man is having a rough week. There we go. Anything else? You see how scarce Bitcoin is? No, I don't care. The pizzas. Let's see. Papa John's makers are the most famous Bitcoin pizzas. Oh, man. Anything else here? Oh, this is an old video. Let's listen to this one right here. This is old, it looks like. This is back in 2013, them talking about Bitcoin.
David, you want to get paid in Bitcoins?
No, I don't want to get paid in U.S. dollars, but in the same sense, I don't want to get paid in gold either.
David, how much of your wealth will you place in Bitcoins? What percentage would you store?
I believe that for any sort of a highly diversified portfolio, something like Bitcoin is going to play an increasing role.
But it could be wiped out in a nano. If it is widely promulgated, and the exponential increase of someone trying to hack it, because there'll be many more people trying to hack it, goes up.
Well, I guess you're assuming that merely that because you can theorize the possibility that's going to happen. I would say the reason that there is $1 billion of value in it is because it's been carefully analyzed.
Your purchasing power can be wiped out in a nanosecond, and that's why it would never be widely accepted in this country.
I hear you say that, but that doesn't make it true. And I think that there are people who spend a lot of time on this that might know this topic maybe a bit more and who would believe in it. And I guess I would say
what percentage of Americans? I know I have an IT department who, when they went through this, and they said, I would never trust this. So if my IT department isn't going to trust it, it's not going to be widely accepted.
We got to get some Bitcoins over to Cyprus.
There we go. Damn, they were making fun of that shit a long time ago, and now look at them. They are forced to talk about it. That guy that bought it and holding it, he's doing just fine. The guy that was anti-Bitcoin, he's probably doing okay financially, but not nearly as good as if he would have bought some Bitcoin up, though. And hey, Tony, I'm doing fantastic. They ruined your Cetus. What the heck happened to Cetus? What happened, my man? Let's see. I don't think you understand the magnitude of what will occur when Bitcoin breaks this 8-year line. Bro, this is not... I don't understand why people keep doing this line. This line is not real. It's going through... It's not even attached to any part of the candle. He literally just placed a line that generally is in that area. You got to be more precise than that if you want to put a trend line on there. I know Bitcoin is going to zero. Oh my God. Yep, everybody always says that. Remember, even I was critical of what's his name back in January. Minority Mindset, I think is his channel. He said he was getting rid of all of his Bitcoin and stuff with it. And I was like, oh, bro, don't get like if you're gonna get rid of tokens to get rid of your altcoins, don't get rid of your Bitcoin. The Bitcoin is gonna do the thing that's gonna go higher and higher and higher. And then all of a sudden, you know, now we had to wait a little bit, but Bitcoin's at all-time highs, right? There's a big difference there. Let's see. Now, very fast, what was just on my mind here as we're looking at Bitcoin?
David, you want to get paid in Bitcoin?
Like here, let's go back to this one here. Bitcoin still consolidating, that's fine. You add that real life line on here, like which one did he use? I'm assuming he went back to, that's 2021 highs, going to those highs, okay, all the way up. Yeah, if you do this the appropriate way, right? This is with log. We've already broken through. And it wasn't even like a big moment. Take off log. We've already broken through as well. I thought he went all the way through this one. This is what I was assuming he did. Right? That is closer to $119,000, $120,000. Then if you take the log on there, that's all the way up at like $283,000. I think this is more reliable for the long term here, but short term, 120,000. It's lining up pretty nice for a nice little resistance level up there. Not a crazy one, but a decent one, right? Where you want to scale out some money. Thoughts on H-bar? I still like it for dollar cost averaging, but I'd probably say your best bet, along with a lot of other tokens right now, is just to day trade it, unless you guys are looking for something a little bit more long term. That sounded kind of funny. I like it long term, but right now I'm really focusing on day trading it. I haven't really been doing as much dollar cost averaging as I've wanted to on it, but they're still moving pretty well as a company, so that gives me kind of hope for the long term for them. Let's see right here. There we go. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I put my music back. I'm going to put the volume back down as well. I'm going to take these headphones off. They're freaking hurting my head. There we go. And whatever that music was, it was horrible. So let's move on to something else. Oh, there we go. I love these headphones. I paid a lot of money for them, but sometimes they just squeeze my head too tight, and I don't know why. All right. Gosh, I hate waiting for Bitcoin to break out, but it's what we have to do. This consolidation's been happening for a while now. And let's pull this over a little bit more. There we are. Okay. And we got Pump It Up ready for when it does break out. Because even right now, Bitcoin is still moving up higher. Really, that feels kind of funky. There we go. Tilt this down a little bit more. There we are. Is anything trying to pump right now besides that? No. Mooding's trying to break out again. World Token is trying to, but most things are kind of actually just waiting for Bitcoin to make that move. How high do you see hyper? Dude, I have no idea how high Hyperliquid is going to go this year. My only thing is, when you see it start to go parabolic, just start to scale out bit by bit as you want to. And if you see a day where it crashes by a whole bunch, you can still sell a good chunk of it on that crash day, because you would have bought it so early here that how I should say it, you're not going to be mad at yourself for still making that much profit off the token. When it comes to altcoins, it's just very hard to find out that high price. When people usually tell you, it usually is completely wrong. And I mean, I guess I have friends that are crypto YouTubers of all, stripes. None of us ever get them right. None of us. So the best thing is just to see when it goes parabolic, you start scaling out, and you are happy to scale out. I was big into Dogecoin back in the day. My token, I sold my Dogecoin starting off at 50 cents, right? It went higher and higher and higher. I could have made a lot more money, but guess what? I made a profit, and I was happy to make that profit. I just let it run, and then eventually when you feel like you've been making enough money, you can slowly start to scale out of it. And if it's moving very, very fast, you can scale out a little bit faster, or you can just let it wait and kind of have some type of... Most cryptocurrency exchanges don't have trailing stop losses, but you can just have alerts to know when something is crashing, and then you can go do your own personal market sell order or a stop loss order, or you can do a limit order, and then just wait for those characteristics to hit, or settings to hit, whatever you want to call them, and then you're good to go as well. I cashed out some profits today in GameStop to buy more crypto. Felt right. You know what? GameStop is interesting. I don't even think I have GameStop on my list anymore here. Do I have it on my list? No. Let me go over here very fast. Weekly chart. It popped back up since April, right? We had a little bit of a split way back over here. It's been doing fine. It's in the middle, and it's in the process of a breakout right now. I think it's fair to take some profits. You don't got to sell everything, of course, because it is breaking out. Still, momentum is on its side, but taking some profits off of that, oh yeah, I'd be doing that in a heartbeat. No, I just really want Dogecoin to take off here. This is the monthly chart for Dogecoin. A full year of panic, and now it's been solid ever since. Flat to great. We're just waiting for some of these really large moves, and if we can do that, oh god. Which is crazy, because we're still much closer to all-time highs than we were back in the 2020 lows, right? You go look at other tokens like a SHIB, perhaps. If I can find SHIB, it's up here. There we go. Right? SHIB is closer to the lows we had over here than the all-time highs. There's a lot of tokens like that, right? ADA's closer to the top, you know, Ape token closer to the, well, yeah. Arbitrum, yeah. AXS, yeah. It's middle, but it's so far away. BNB is solid. XRP is solid right now. Bitcoin Cash, okay, but not great. Chili's, right? Chili's. This, what's going on with Chili's? $400 million market cap. I haven't really paid attention to Chili's in a minute here. Have they been making any good moves here? Enter. Can you explain Chili's tokenomics? Google AI. Let's see. Balances and see. I don't like inflationary tokens. Inflationary tokens can hurt you long term, unless they're really doing something powerful, which they are. But I mean, this looks like they need to have a breakout soon, you know? Look at that. That's a long consolidation, guys. That's a very long consolidation. And still no breakout. This, if Bitcoin holds up here, again, all-time highs back in 2021, it has never come back to those levels. Understood. Deny my cookies. Damn, they really do have a lot of social accounts though. That's a lot to manage. Oh, actually, let's go over here. What tokens are actually doing well today? So let's go over here to coins. Let's go over here to Bitcoin so I can turn back really quickly in case something changes. Yeah, we're still consolidating there. And then pop this right back over here. Adult is up 2%. Advertising is up 4%. Advertising. Basic attention token, ad shares, AdX, Quiz Talk, Worm Protocol. I really wonder who buys into these tokens. Now again, there's only a few. Like all these tokens are like $3 million market cap, 4 million. There's like 2 that are over $100 million market cap, and that's BAT and CTC. You know, Credit Coin and Basic Attention Token. AI is up 5-6% on both of these. AI agents and AI art is up. Binance Alpha. Anything else? Play to earn, move to earn, metaverse, zero knowledge proofs. Which ones are these? Immutable X. Okay, those ones are doing a little bit better. Even Aleo. Space and Time that we were talking about, that one's still doing okay. Low market cap though, so I definitely want to buy that for the long term and hold on to it just because it's working with Microsoft. Those type of partnerships always make me happy. Hopefully there's not some type of crazy inflation with it though. Oh my god, come on Bitcoin, we gotta move here. Gotta move. Oh no, okay. Let's go back over here very fast. My god, I missed you today at 4 a.m. It's going crazy right now. Oh, what do you call it? Yeah, I didn't even go live. What do you call it? I put a post out saying like, damn, I'm in bed at like 1 o'clock and I'm gonna wake up at 5 o'clock. That's not gonna happen. So I basically just chilled. Well, I basically was asleep until like 11 o'clock this morning. Then I woke up and started doing, you know, looking at technical analysis and stuff like that. But what I've been trying to do is I've been trying to time the breakouts for when I go to do my streams, right? So today I went live around 4:30 because I was like, okay, we could actually have a breakout pretty soon, but we already died back down a little bit and we're consolidating here for another attempt at a breakout. Another attempt. Well, let's see if it actually happens. Let's go back over here very fast and let's turn that one back to normal. Get out of there. I could have swore I had another application open, but I guess not. There we are. Altcoins are turning green again. Damn, we're basically on the edge right now. Altcoins aren't popping off just yet. Looks like Book of Meme is popping off. And maybe ID token is popping off a little bit, but not really. Mudang is popping off still. So there are tokens trying to make their run. Maybe this will be another big day for Bitcoin dominance, right? How much do I know about the stock Big Bear AI? Funny enough, I actually traded this back in the day and I sold it because it had a big pump towards, I believe, December. It was, so I made a dedicated video for all of you guys and I don't know, hold on. Let me find it on the side because I don't know exactly what it is. AI. AI. Oh yeah, so it only had a few views before Bitcoin breaks. So let me show you. I gave you guys 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different tokens that I thought had a shot of having a nice little rally if you guys wanted to hold some stocks. The first one was if it loads, Big Bear AI actually. Yeah, this market cap was low, income was low, and they had a lot of employees, so I thought they had some growth here. This was back in this was a year ago, so it's been a minute. But that was back when the market cap was 261. So there's that one. There's Midtech Systems. If I can find out, there we go. Midtech Systems, $550 million market cap. Nerdy Inc. was $320. So Big Bear AI, as Bitcoin continues to consolidate. What was the ticker for that one? Let's go over here. Big Bear AI. Back in 2024 is when we talked about it. Whole bunch of nothing until over here in well, that was February actually. I sold it over in December. But what do you call it? Yeah, so it was a nice little play that we had. It took a little bit of time, but it worked out very well because you know what you got basically if you bought anywhere around here, which I don't remember the exact day I bought this. Let me go back. Oh shit, I already messed it up. Hold on, top AI stocks. Doesn't say exactly when I posted it. But yeah, so it did pretty well. I have some that I'm still holding on to, but I think right now it's probably only valued at like $300. I put some money behind this one. Then there was Midtech Systems. It was basically all the big AI, all the startup AI companies, right? Midtech sold it same time. Nope. This is a weekly chart. Where did I sell this at? It was 24 December. That's what I was thinking. December. Yeah. So sold it over here in December. Worked out pretty well for me. Back over in 2024. You know, I barely made some money off of this because I started buying back over here, and I averaged down to here, sell here. Not the best investment, but well. Hold on. If my average is something like down here and I did sell at the top, that's still 20% profit, but I waited a little bit too long for 20% profit, I believe. And the other ones were, oh God. Go back to my channel here. Maybe I'll make more of these, but I'll have my editor actually do them for me. That'll make my life a little easier. Nerdy Inc. This one didn't do hot at all. So this is one you buy it over here. Your average is probably down here. And oh no, by December, yeah. December is where I sold off these off. Yeah, okay. I was making decent profit off of that one. A little bit scared with that bad drop that we had right there. And what's the other one? Soundhound AI. And that was back over here by this, and I sold over here in December, and it's gone down since then, of course. So that was a good one. And then the last one was an Oda. Is that it? And no data. Yep, data. Okay. And this one worked out as well, buying over here from 2024 early, and yeah, boom. So, I guess again I sold it back over here in December. Over here, I didn't sell at the very top up there in February, but they worked out for the most part. If you put like a few $100 in each one of those, held for a little bit, it was nice money. There's still good companies for the long term. I haven't looked at any of the 10K reports and stuff like that on any of these companies, but some of them still seem to be having some good growth. So I might have to go back in there and do another video about them. But I probably spent like 4 hours on that video and it only got like 300 views. So it was rough. I didn't do many videos after that. I was like, oh shit, nobody wants to know about AI stocks and how to make money with AI. So I like it. I'll probably end up just paying my editor. So it'll probably take me an hour for the video. But the editing will be done by my guy, which will be easier. So I just pay him $50, so I have more time to do whatever the heck I want to do, right? Chili's chart is crap. Yeah, I know. It keeps on going down and down and down. If it breaks out, then I'm gonna be. Well, I'm not. I already bought enough. I'm gonna be happy. I'm be happy with it. 70% of your portfolio is Doge. That's good. That's better than 70% of your portfolio in not Solana. What's that token? Matic Polygon. Oh my god, that thing's been going down. Hey, what's up, Whitman? 2348, man. Happy to see you. Cuzzo. Big Bear Area is a meme stock. Get out of that when you can. What do you call it? I thought it was okay. I mean, I guess now it's more memeable. I haven't seen the meme part of it yet, but let me go over here very fast. It's crazy how things can change from a year, but it did have a much bigger move, so maybe that did have a little bit of a meme effect over here in February, because I sold over here in December. Because if you looked at that video that I showed you, it shows how much income they're making and how if they're doing well or not and how many employees. So I would look at all this stuff saying, okay, it's losing 193 million. The amount of employees is 630. That's fine. That means they're growing and they still have enough capital to kind of keep all those people on. And then I used to go down here, look at some of the news articles, and then I would see how these guys are doing it, right? Selling. These are all companies that own part of it, and they're like getting out of the position here, which is interesting. Can this go further back? Maybe since it started to really start popping off, I'm seeing a lot more sales, but it wasn't this bad back when I was buying it, dear Lord. So yeah, maybe it did turn into a meme coin. I would check the 10K report. This thing still looks like from a just a technical perspective, it can definitely go higher though. Information technology services. Oh, that's not what I wanted to choose. There we go. They still have a pretty good website from what I remember. Yeah. Mission ready for AI. Mission ready AI for rapidly evolving world. You know. Oh, never mind. It says the appearance of U.S. Department of Defense visual information does not imply or constitute DoD endorsement. I was like, if they got a military contract, that would change. Oh no, they did get a contract. Big Bay AI wins Department of Defense contract to prototype near-peer adversary geopolitical risk analysis for Chief Digital and Artificial Intelligence Office. What does that mean? Hold on. Let's go back to Bitcoin because Bitcoin wants to break out. Let's go back to the 5. I'm gonna ask ChatGPT what the frick that means. All that statement right there. There we go. Oh, Interesting. So it says the contract means the U.S. government wants Big Bear AI to build and test an advanced AI system that can monitor and analyze foreign news media, especially from countries that could be adversaries, to help military and national security officials better understand geopolitical risk. So it's going to like analyze propaganda, which means they could use that propaganda and see what works in America. Yeah. So it's going to use AI to scan foreign news sources like newspapers, websites, TV reports from countries like China, Russia, Iran, identify key trends and topics, military movements, political instability, propaganda efforts, and predict possible threats or intentions. See, when I see things like this, I may get into something like that for the long term. Now, again, the market cap still is very low. The market cap is at $1 billion. When I told you guys to buy that, the market cap was at $261 million. So, a little bit different market cap now, but not necessarily crazy. If you wanted to have a high risk portfolio, because this still is high risk, you could toss $100 in there and see where it goes. I like that they actually have contracts though. That makes me a little bit happier. The only thing is with this thing, this was back in February. Oh, and that's why you saw the token, the stock to me boom, is because they had this contract. Interesting. LinkedIn, Big Bear AI, jobs. Are they hiring? Are they hiring? They are. Java developer, QA tester, senior accountant, full stack developer, front end developer, software engineer. Dude, they're 14 hours ago, business analyst. Yeah, they're growing. So, does that stock scream it's going to go sky high forever? No, but like, it's companies like that where I'm like, damn, they could have a contract with the government to spy on Americans. That's the type of company that would do that shit. That type of stuff. Under the radar, yeah. Conspiracy theory hat right there, but you never know. Your first big profitable trade was on a Riot stock back in like 2018. Yeah, my first big stock market win was on a shipping container company called Tops back in the day. Tops ships. Monthly chart. This thing has been through split after split after split, as you guys can see. But way back in the day, where was this at? 29, 12. Over here? No. This looks so bad. Something's glitched out here. Yeah, it's glitched out because it's had too many limits. Oh, here we go. Back over here, it had a crazy run, and I was part of that. I literally paid off some of my college bills using that money. It was insane. Tops, ships, CNBC. Like, it actually made it onto the news. Meme? I don't know. No, they don't have any, they don't have any more news on it. It was big news back in the day. It was a meme. It was back when Robinhood was first getting started. So people were like, oh my God, I got to get into this. I got to like really hop in there, right? There we are. Back to the 5. All time. Oh my God, this is going to take freaking forever, guys. Freaking forever. I have 147k Mudang bought when price was 0.8. Oh, nice. Hoping Doge cracks 27 this weekend. I wouldn't be surprised if it's able to crack 30 cents here pretty soon. Whatever we do this week and next week, I think we're reaching a short-term top for Bitcoin here pretty soon. So don't be surprised if... Well, I've already told you to scale out. Again, don't be surprised if we have that pullback that we were talking about yesterday of like 10 to 15%. It's probably going to happen next week or so. Okay, here. You want to come up and say hello. Oh, you're such a little baby. Ooh, yeah, I know. But you have long nails because I haven't clipped your nails. I haven't trimmed them. Yeah. Yeah. This guy. Can I have a kiss? No. Okay, fine. Be rude, you know? He hurt my feelings. See, he knows. Yeah, hurt my feelings. Alright, there we go. Come on. I will throw it for you if you let me have it. Can I have it? Come on. Thank you. Oh, damn it, sorry. I hit my light. Not though. Okay, yeah, now can I give you one more? Come on. Come on. No? He dropped it. Come on. Can I have it? There you go. There you go. Alright. Back to the good old business right now. But yeah, so again, these rallies don't last a crazy amount of time. This rally doesn't feel like an altcoin season rally. So again, what I'm telling you guys is, hey, I'm gonna still scale out a little bit here and there. I'm gonna be buying up a bunch of stuff as well here for the longer term. But again, I'm more in a mindset of just waiting to see how far Bitcoin can go right now. I think we still have a good, like, what, few more weeks before this thing really starts to cool down. But we could always have a pullback within that larger move. I guess any pullback is still going to be part of a larger upswing, so don't be afraid if we have that pullback. Yeah, there you go. I'm late. Will Bitcoin retrace or keep chugging higher? Right now, it's going to continue to keep chugging higher here. Tomorrow's Friday. Last time we had the big pump, wasn't it on Saturday? It wasn't even on the weekend, I don't think. This was Thursday. Never mind. What was this? Wednesday? Oh, Sunday, excuse me, of this week. So that's when we had the last big move. So, you know, I don't think it matters all too much, but right now the momentum is still pointing us higher here. And every time we've had a small breakdown, it really hasn't been that bad of a breakdown at all. We've just kept on going back up. And it's basically been a bunch of bear traps, actually. A bunch of bear traps. But this consolidation's taken quite a bit of time here. And you're actually seeing them try to push Bitcoin down a little bit more here as well. You can see some force being applied down there. And if you guys do, yeah, if you guys can, please make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Helps out the channel so much more. I don't make any money off of this. I'm sure you guys have not seen any ads since you've been on my stream. I don't have any of that stuff on here, so if you guys like that, please make sure to subscribe. What is the upswing you expect from Ethereum? Ethereum's already broken out above most of its moving averages here, except for this 50 here. So basically, if it has that next leg up, it's going to face a little bit more resistance right around here, which happens to be, what? Let's just say around like $2,800, $2,900. Let's say $2,900. That would be my first scale out limit. And then over the next few weeks, you're going to see it try to reach up towards here around $3,300. I'd probably sell most of my Ethereum off around $3,100 or even $3,000 bucks. Like a box around here. And then we're going to have a larger pullback before we go have a larger move later on. That pullback may not be as deep. It may just come back down here towards just like 2,700 or something like that. But we still don't have the perfect formula for everything to go parabolic. We have formulas for things to work out very well for us. You know, one of the reasons I think that we're seeing Bitcoin go higher right now, and you see everybody having a very good time, and we talked about this a little bit yesterday. This goes back to the fact that China, you know, we've been wanting to cut, we want Jerome Powell to cut American rates. Well, China cut its own rates, right, by 10 basis points. So it's moving bit by bit, bit by bit. So if China starts to cut, that's very nice. But we want America to cut because there's a lot more capital over here than in China, obviously. And if we get everybody cutting, more money being printed, then Bitcoin will just skyrocket. We're not there yet. You know, I think there was a report today in here. Let me put on my headphones. I think jobless claims actually went up today. I don't think it was like anything crazy, but I didn't wait to watch the video here. So let me see if it was actually a very bad thing or not. And that's not the, I want to go to videos. Here we go. So, there's one. Where's the other one? Here we go.
Initial jobless claims.
Initial jobless claims. Let me turn off the music here. Oh, it's loading a new song. I gotta wait a second. There we go. Make sure that's off. Oh, you know what? Let's just get rid of the music here. That's fine. Okay, here we go.
Just hitting the wires. Rick Santelli standing by at the CME in Chicago. Rick, the numbers, please.
Thank you. Yes, on initial claims, we're down 2,000 from 229,000, which pegs us at 227,000. That would be the lightest initial jobless claims level since the third week of April. And if we look at continuing claims, another number over 1.9 million, 1,903,000. That's the second reading above 1.9 million. You guessed it, the last one that we're comping to was 1,908,000, and that was the third week in April as well. We see that interest rates are a bit elevated, and many, of course, are trying to pinpoint exactly what the driving force is. It's most likely debt and deficits, but a couple things to keep in mind, Joe. Where did we settle last year in a 10-year note? 457. Where are we now? 462. So we're up 5 basis points on the year. Gilts are up about 22 basis points on the year. Boons are up almost 30 basis points on the year. High yield close for the 10-year in 2025 thus far, well, 479. So we're a bit of...
Okay, bunch of mumbo jumbo, but basically that wasn't as bad as I thought. You go over here, we're pretty darn flat, right? There was no spike telling the Fed, oh my God, you guys have to be worried about what's going on, right? Jobless claims federal workers, this went up higher, right? Back over here in 2025. You guys know Trump was doing some stuff over there with the federal workers. That was okay because it didn't really affect the total, right? A lot of these guys got paid severance for like what, 5-6 months, I think is what it was. And you got regular jobless claims. Let's go to the last 5 years, right? We're fine. Job layoffs and discharges. Let's go to the last 10 years. That's 5, so we get rid of COVID. Last 3 years. Let's go over here. We're going down, right? So there's not as many layoffs and stuff happening. So the Fed was getting more concerned with this going higher and higher, but right now it's not that big of a deal. Let's see. Job openings. That's not going well. Job openings aren't going well. But again, as soon as we turned off the money spigot back in 2022, there's not enough money to go out for a loan to go open up your new restaurant and thereby have to hire a bunch of new staff. You know, and there's openings there. Openings are going down, down, down. Last time they were this low was back in February of 2021 when everybody was just reopening. Last 10 years, right? You know, 2016 we were just fine. The 17 just fine, right? Trump overclocked the economy by having his tax cut and stuff like that, and you saw a lot more jobs being offered. 2022, everybody was trying to be hired. Remember, if you guys recall, everybody was like switching jobs like crazy. It's like my day in the life of a tech guy, and they weren't doing any work because they didn't have to because everybody like wanted their expertise. Labor costs are going higher. This is last 10 years. Labor costs go up. Unemployed persons, last 10 years, it's creeping up and up and up, right, bit by bit. But again, still compared to 2016, 2017 levels, we're fine. We're fine. So the Fed doesn't have many reasons it's looking at right now to like, oh my God, we need to cut rates. Average weekly hours, 10-year, right? Average person's working 34 hours a week. Back in 2021, it was like 35 hours a week. Again, 35, 34. That's not a crazy difference. Nothing too crazy there. All right. Back up here, back over to Bitcoin. Now Bitcoin's still going to consolidate here. This is going to drive us nuts. Oh, I missed the change of character right here to try to open up a position. That could have been kind of fun for us to do. Last change of character worked out pretty well. I need to do it. I need to schedule a specific stream because I missed the last one where we just do the 5-minute chart. Maybe with a quad chart on. We do a 5-minute chart with change of characters, and we just see if we do that. Are we going to make some money by having stop losses here or stop losses here, and then kind of seeing which way the wind blows? That could be kind of fun. So the spammers come out about an hour and a half after I start streaming. That's what's happening here. 17.5 million liquidation for a short at 111,000. Oh, that's not bad. Let's see. Short at... Wait. You're saying 112,000. Sorry, I thought that was 111,000. I was like, what? We already passed 111,000. 112,000? I mean, I'd like to see that squeeze happen for sure. That'd be nice. What's right here? You got Mew? Yeah, I can check out Mew very fast. Mew. Midwest Fuel? I bet you're talking about a crypto. Oh, this one's pumping up. This one must have a smaller market cap. I like this. Was there a buy signal about this one? Oh yeah, the buy signal was 3 weeks ago. Right here. Yeah, that's nice. Still moving up right now as well. Let's get out of here. Now, I'd be very careful as it approaches that 200 daily moving average. That's probably going to be a huge resistance for this. But right now, I would just be in the scale out mode. You're looking at this channel here. Eventually, this channel is going to break down, or this ascending pennant. This thing is going to break down. It's going to be a pretty nasty move. But while it is going higher, I would definitely be scaling out. I don't feel the need to buy this for swing trading because, you know, we've already kind of missed the gravy train there. But for day trading, let me see. That already ran up. Momentum already shifted a while ago. Change of character already shifted a while ago. The breakout happened a while ago. That breakout happened a while ago. Yeah, you're kind of thinking about opening up a short right here at this level of resistance. There's not really much else you can do. 30-minute chart, still pumping. Yeah. I would consider looking at opening up some shorts here pretty soon on this token and seeing what happens. Maybe if you have a breakdown from here on the 5-minute chart, maybe that opens up an opportunity. I wouldn't go too soon just in case it consolidates to go higher here, but it starts to break down. I think you have a good opportunity. It comes back down here to 0.004 and then it starts to continue going higher here. But just see, because if it consolidates for too long, then that 200 daily moving average creeps over, and that's going to be a hard thing for it to break back above. It's going to be a very, very hard thing for it to break back above. There we go. All right. Anything new with the Bitcoin here? It got on Robinhood? Oh, interesting. Yeah, Robinhood needs to add a lot more tokens. I believe Robinhood is now like a good stock to buy long term because it's in crypto, which makes it a lot easier. Paid with dollars, eat the pizza, keep the Bitcoin. Yep, that'd be true. Wow, Bitcoin is 111,000. You must be so rich. Me with 99% in alts. I know, right? I know. I sold my Bitcoin yesterday. We'll see if it was Genius Move or a terrible financial regret in time. This was 5:15. Oh yeah, 5:15:25. When was that? Back over here in Bitcoin is 103. To be honest, that's not a terrible thing. I mean, I wouldn't be selling all of my Bitcoin, but sell some and scaling out, yeah. Actually, I need to scale out some of my Bitcoin that I bought back during 2022. I need to do like an official like 5-10% like cut of that portfolio and cut it out of there, and then move it over to some earn programs, some staking programs, something like that. And then I can not even stake. I don't even like to stake too much, but find somebody to make some more money off that money, basically. I don't really have any bills to pay, thank God. I do want to paint my house, though. Maybe I'll do that. All right, there we go. I think both of my mods have chilled, because GT, where are you? CT, where are you guys at? As soon as they stop talking, all these spammers come in here. This is crazy. It takes about an hour and a half of streaming for spammers to recognize a video, then attack it, though. If I have a stream under an hour, they don't show up. Under an hour and a half, they don't show up. Hour and a half, you see the scammers come in. But I will take the engagement because now YouTube is saying that people are engaging with my channel. I can actually go over here to chat rate. See, it's going up because of the spammers. I'll take it. Just don't fall for their scam, guys. That's the only thing. Just don't fall for their scam and you'll be fine. There we are. Okay. So I want to see if there's any big news happening, but it doesn't seem like there's much. Harvard was some news. I doubt it's Harvard getting into crypto. Oh, Harvard did something anti-Semitic. Okay, that's not surprising, I guess, but let's see. Chris Paul. Oh, is there an NBA game tonight? I'm supposed to be out with friends right now doing NBA stuff, but like when Bitcoin's going, I'm watching Bitcoin. I'm gonna be watching Bitcoin here. And let me push this over very fast. Thanks, GT. I appreciate it. Oh man, what do you call it? There's a lot of them today. There's a lot more of them. My bad, bro. I'm listening, but I'm driving it to the Colorado Mountains, currently heading towards Vegas still. Oh, dude, drive safe, man. You don't got to worry about that. It's just, see, I'm not used to doing these very long streams. And now that I am, now is when the scammers start coming out here like crazy. Yeah, so you don't get in an accident. You chill, man. You chill. Actually, I like how it's both GT and TC, or CT and GT. There we go. All right, let me back this up a little bit here. How's the dollar index been doing the last few days as Bitcoin's been going higher? It's been coming down a little bit, not crazy. Oil still holding. I'd love to see oil crash. I would really love to see oil crash right now. That'd make my day. Oh, no, nothing else is really popping off right now. We're in a very quiet scene. Book of Meme is trying, but it's failing. That's, I guess, because Bitcoin is failing right now, right? Scalp mode activated? Yeah, there we go. We do need to have a day where we're just scalping. But the trick would be, I don't want you guys to follow my trades and stuff like that. And that's primarily because when we're talking about scalping, there is a time delay between when I say something and you guys see it. So for my instance, my settings on my account over here for Streamlabs is a 20-second delay. So you guys would see me buy something 20 seconds late, which if I'm scalping is something that's that's a lot, right? So I would definitely say just like, look and see and wait for the clarification. You'll probably buy around the same time I do, right? And hey, LW, dude, what do you call? Dude, the spammers are crazy these days. Crazy. But I don't think many people do these longer streams, right? Like I have a lot of friends that do stream Bitcoin live and stuff like that. Let me go over to Bitcoin. Let me go over to live. Isn't any of my friends live? Well, Crypto Banter was live. Streamed 11 hours ago. Yeah, he only streamed for 42 minutes. Those are altcoin daily videos, not streaming videos. Crypto Rush streamed for 48 minutes. Yeah, I really need to hurry up and move over to Thailand and create a show where I'm streaming for like 4 hours a day and we're just like kicking it, Bitcoin to 117,000. Come March Bitcoin. Tom Crown streamed for 3 hours. That makes sense right there. How long does Tom normally stream? I need to talk to him. I would probably text him after this. Live. Actually, which one is this? Videos? Yeah, those are videos. And then, no, he normally streams for an hour. Yeah, an hour and a half. That's usually his time, an hour 20, something like that. Okay, so it was just because it was Bitcoin. It's a big day. Like myself yesterday, right? I streamed a lot longer than normal. So most of us don't really stream too long, so we're not really hit with all these freaking scammers. But I plan on doing these 3-hour streams with you guys daily from now on, 4-hour streams as long as Bitcoin's going great. And I need to build up my audience. Hope you guys come and watch all of my streams. I appreciate you guys a lot. We'll be chilling. We'll be chilling for a while. Because my goal is to go over here to Thailand. Get a place to live in either Bangkok or over here in Phuket, if I can find Phuket. I'm not used to this Google Maps on this one. Let me just type in Phuket. Oh, yeah, I was right on top of it. Yeah. Over here with good Wi-Fi. And then I'm going to get myself a studio. Or like a warehouse. I got like here. Like a warehouse or factory, like on Thailand property here. And then we're going to go over here to USD. I've already been planning this stuff out, right? And then we want to just go for something simple. Because we don't need a full-on warehouse. We need like here, $852 a month. go in here, take our spot. See how these individual spots right here, right? We have a lot of these in America, right? $800 a month for all this, and basically just have a full-on studio where we're chilling. I'd probably say this room is too small, but we could always find something, you know, a little bit more expensive, especially because where's this at? I don't even know where this is at. And then I'm gonna have what the old BitBoy had, and that would be. No, it's not BitBoy. It's Discover Cryptos within the channel they stole from him. Live, popular, 4 years ago. Right? See how he has this whole little studio thing cooked up with all the stuff on the walls? It's mostly BitBoy talking. Dude, he looks so different back then. He looks like he wasn't going crazy. But see how he has all this stuff on there? Right? I want that, but I also want to have a few people on there. And again, this is not likely going to happen, but this is one of my goals in the future is, excuse me. I want to be able to, like, if I can out there, kind of like how Bloomberg has a good presence out here, but like a lot of the work is done in Asia. I'd like to get a full-time crew and stream 24/7 on YouTube. And like start a new channel that's 24/7 crypto, all the news, everything affecting it, from meme coins popping off in real time, all that type of stuff. And I'd like to run it. I am 30. I'll be working at least until I'm 80 because I love crypto. If I even live to 80, right? And so I'm hoping I can do something like that. But Thailand just makes it that much easier to kind of ramp up that type of thing. But I would say that's kind of ambitious. But you know what? Maybe if I have some kids, I can pass it down to my kids, or whatever kid is showing me that they want to do it. I'm not the type of dad that splits up all the assets based off of equally. I'm like, nah, you like cars, you can have the cars. You like a nice house, you can have the house. You want to be like you've been helping with the business, you get the business. That type of stuff. I'm not splitting like that. On Jupiter, on Solana, up 11%. Right now, it's more of a long-term hold for me with a little bit of a slight day trading here, but I'm not even day trading at this point. I think it's just good for the long term. You go over here to Jupiter. Let's go to the weekly chart because that's actually the most important thing right now. It's running up close to a level of resistance from these last 3 weeks, and on top of that, you're looking at the 20-week moving average. Typically, that 20-week moving average is typically where you see a little bit of reversal start to happen around there. So, for me right now, I'd be very careful about like what's about to happen over the next few weeks. Hopefully it can break out and go sky high. But this, if you have any right now at like a nice price, this would be approaching the time to scale out 10 to 20% of that trade and then wait for the last 80% to see what happens and then just move your stop loss up. So no matter what happens, you're at least walking away with a profit, even if it's not a massive profit. And that's kind of the way I'd play this right now because this is a pretty aggressive upswing. These upswings don't last too long. Then they kind of stagnate, which this has been stagnating for the last 3 weeks now, and they continue to fall back down. So right now, optimistic that it can go a little bit higher. I'd still be looking to sell about 20% of it right now because we are at that level of resistance. And then from there, I'd wait to see what happens next while moving my stop loss maybe up here towards around 50 cents. I think that's something that's realistic. It's nice to see it pumping, but it's like basically pumping back up to a level of resistance here. Do I have any tips for scalping? So if you're going to scalp, just make sure momentum is on your side. So like if, like, you know, when I swing trade, I make sure the weekly chart is good, the daily chart's good, the 4-hour chart's good. I'm happy with all that. If I'm going to do scalping, I want to make sure the 5-minute chart is bullish. I want to make sure the 2-hour chart's bullish, the 1-hour chart's bullish, the 30-minute and the 50 minutes bullish. And then I know if I go long during these times, I'm usually going to be pretty happy with it. So, for example, I guess I could, while Bitcoin's still doing its thing here, let me go over here. All right. So, this is Bitcoin's weekly chart. Oh, okay, never mind. We got to do it on this one. Let's do it on this one. Boom. There we go. Pop open. Boo boo. Let's go over here to the weekly. So let's say Bitcoin went bullish right there, and Bitcoin went bullish right there. And then, so I'd be happy to buy up some stuff around there. Now for scalping, I just need to go to the 4-hour chart after this. Yeah, there we go. And that's already green. That's already green right there. Okay, so. Oh, I can't do this the way I want to do it. Okay, that's fine. Then I add another one right here. No, everything's still fine from there. Still fine. I can't do that because it's so far back. Let's see. Let's go to a 5-minute chart. No, okay, fine. We don't have to do it that way. We can do it another way. All right, let's go with the 4-hour chart method. Let's get rid of all the drawings. So on here, we've had a few opportunities where we've turned green. Let's go to a more advanced one. We were only green for a little bit and the volatility was killing us. Let's go. That's an advanced one. We didn't have a green signal right here, so we can't do that one. This one right here. But let's go over here. Let's go over to the 2-hour. 2-hour was also bullish during this time. The 1-hour was also bullish during that time. The 30-minute was also bullish this time, but going down a little bit here. All right, so since we have that opened up here, we can do this. And then we can go over here to replay. So all we know at this time is that we have a bullish change of character. The larger time frames are bullish, but we don't have a signal to buy on the MACD, stochastic, and RSI. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here to 3x speed. I'm going to hit play, and we're going to wait to see that where we have a good change of character here, and we also have all the MACD, stochastic, and RSI also being green. A lot of people will skip the stochastic and RSI, and they'll just go with MACD. Do whatever you want. I think either way is fine. You have less trading opportunities if you do all three, but when you do make the trade, it's usually more profitable, right? So give it a second. Give it a second. Okay. 1, 2, 3. All of those are working out. We no longer have the green change of character though, so you might wait a second. Green, green, green. Is it paused? Yeah, yeah. And you hit that right there. This is a 5-minute chart, so you have some time. All right. And then that ends up working out right there. And maybe if you're scalping, your price target is only right here. So you might have been in and out of that trade in less than a few minutes. Now, because everything is bullish on the chart, though, you're not going to look to short, like where it said short right here. You're not going to short that, okay? You're just going to go long. Keep on going, keep on going, keep on going. There's different ways to scalp, especially because this is a 5-minute chart. There's like hours of holding, so you don't have to really worry about that. Scalping right there is fine. Let's wait for another thing. You can see how we turned bearish right here, so you might sell right there if you want to go off of the MACD. All right, so now we're back over here. We turned green, green, green right here. Still no green change of character. See how following the change of character kind of helped you when everything turned green right here and never really worked out? That's why I like to have everything kind of aligned. And then okay, we went from, can't see it, there was red, and we went from green, 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 green setting right there. If you're scalping, your level of resistance is going to be right there. Of course, if you're not going to buy right there unless it breaks out, so you have to hit the next one, which happens to be up here, right up there around 105,000. And since it's already moved up a little bit, you can move your stop loss up right toward where you bought it right there. So no matter what happens, you're fine. And boom, you sold right there. Now, you can see it going higher, granted, right? But I don't do that as much. Maybe if you want to go with the change, the break of structure right there, you can. But I like to wait for it to go red to green, everything aligning, right? So green, everything's green right here. That didn't match because it didn't matter. It didn't go green right there. Do 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 do. It may take some time. Okay, everything's green right there. Your next level of resistance is right here. You may take what little profit you had right there when it turns red. But right there, I would say this one ended up being a failure trade right there. So you could still buy right there. You could have still made money. It ran into a small level of resistance right around here. That's not normally enough to stop me from going in and buying that trade. So you held for like 5-10 minutes and you didn't make as much money as you wanted to. Because right here you hit that. Oh, your stop loss was probably still right here, but still I wouldn't consider that a winning trade here. So let me do a vertical line right here. And I wonder if that's because the 2-hour chart was no longer bullish, or the 4-hour chart that we looked at the beginning was no longer bullish. So let me go over here. Let me turn this to a color that is red. Let's go over here to the 30-minute chart. Are we still bullish here? Oh, no, we were not bullish during that time. We were bullish during that time over there, but we were no longer bullish right there. The 1-hour chart, it's not bullish anymore right there. So we would have never made that trade in the first place right there. Well, the 1 hour is a little bit different, but yeah, if the 30 and the 15 aren't really aligned really well, it's going to be a little bit more of a pain for you to deal with all that, right? The daily doesn't matter at that point when you're scalping on such small time frames, but usually you don't want to go in the way of the direction of the, there we go, of the momentum, right? So if I see we've been going higher and higher and higher for the last few days, I typically am only going to be doing a lot more day trading towards the long side, not the short side. If I notice that the last few hours we've been going really high, well, then I'm just going to scalp going to the upside. Hopefully that makes sense. 5 minute. And go back over here. And then that's fine. And then we got to get out of this. There we go. And Bitcoin's still consolidating. What a surprise. What a surprise. And AGT, yeah. There's going to be so much spam these days. It's going to be crazy. Why a new channel, not this one? Well, this channel, I would still freaking have a show and talk with you guys like I am right now, chilling. I'm not going to give this. I'm going to be doing this till I die for the most part. Maybe I'll slow it down in my older years, but I'm still going to be streaming with you guys a lot. The new channel would be me, like, literally, like, new show. I'd have to have investors come in and things like that if they wanted to go big, or for some of the influence I need in the United States. But like, that would be so professional. I would not meet the professional requirements for what I like to do with you guys on that type of show. So I'd make a new channel, and then from there we'd just be streaming 24/7. After we got the first few videos out, we would be having stories like the CNBC does, like CNBC YouTube. If you go to, okay, hold on. If you go to YouTube and type CNBC, you're going to see two different types of CNBCs. One is their financial network, where they're talking about financial news all day. Then you have the other CNBC, where basically it's the stuff like exclusive, how ASML makes chips faster with its new 400 million high NA machine, how on running shoes are taking on Nike and Adidas. I don't know what the on running shoe is, whatever. Tariffs could signal the end of American dominance. Why do they have they have a socialist on there. Why the U.S. might increase duties on Canadian lumber again. Like random stuff like this, like 11-12 minutes. This is the type of stuff I'm going to put on my main channel, like the ones you guys are looking. I'm going to start putting this stuff there, and I'm basically going to take whatever CNBC or some of the other larger content creators are talking about, and I'm going to use that as my inspiration for my content, so I know exactly what to kind of like, what works and what doesn't. But yeah, so it could be kind of fun there, but it's gonna take me some time. Like, I don't know how to run a place like that. Like, that wouldn't be a small studio like we have right there. For like the CNBC style stuff, I'd have to get like a professional network area where it would look kind of janky at the beginning until we got more funding. But like, Go back over here. This is the website I used to look for houses that I want to rent in Thailand. No, they don't have what oh, no, they do have it up here. Square feet. I want 2,000 square meters. And I'm a little bit cheap, so let me go low to high. I'm not going to pay $10,000 a month. Oh, really? It costs $7,600 a month for what do you call? Perkin. Let's see. Maybe I will pocket out $10,000 a month for that if I get started. But oh, here's one. So this one is like $13,000 a month, $14,000. So when I get the money together, I'd be paying for a studio like this. I probably wouldn't need as much upward area, right? Or maybe I can go inside of a bigger building. But I'd want to have enough room for everything to look nice and formal. And then we would be basically using massive green screens in order to show whatever we wanted to show, right? So I'm not an expert. I'm going to have to take some time out of my life to learn how to do all this stuff. But that's kind of a goal because, ever since BitBoy, well, I guess I got to type in altcoin daily here. Discover crypto. Ever since these guys stole BitBoy's channel from him and all of his money and his cars and stuff that were tied up in the company, this channel's fallen off a cliff for the most part. But I mean, it's still making them money, I'm sure. They still stream. Right? They got their own audience. It's fine. It was a big heated thing back in the day. Yeah, they just had oh no, Dave Portnoy wasn't on that. I thought it was. But okay, sorry, I'm ranting for a little bit. But there hasn't been anybody that has like a full-on studio, right? They're zooming from different spots. They're not in a studio where everybody's like, yeah, let's go. I'd like to have a team of like 2 to 3 people on a new channel, new show, doing some stuff. And then for my main channel, maybe I just do this. I don't know, but probably on this one, I don't know. I'd probably have to pay somebody or something. I don't know. I don't want to sell part of my channel like BitBoy did, because then like you get into all the nasty stuff of him getting scammed out of all of his money, right? And Nakamoto, happy to see you again, my man. Yeah, we're watching it closely. I still think we have a little more room to run, but any dip that we have, I think it's just going to be short-lived, and we're going to continue rallying up further along. But again, that is why I keep on ranting about moving stop losses up and scaling out as needed. Probably reach 125 by next Friday easily, just a penny off. That's your advice. I'm hoping for 122,000, so you're a little bit more ambitious than me. But hey, I'll take it, right? Pop back over here very fast. And hey, Dennis, happy to see you, my man. The girls in Thailand are cheap, only $20 a night. Should be using Ground News. I've seen Ground News. I see them on a lot of podcasters. I use right here, right? But I even think this news is slightly leftward leaning. But I still think this is probably the most fair place to get all of your news if you wanted to. So let's see. Is there any big news? Man accused of killing 2 Israeli embassy staffers in DC charged with murder. Left news, right news. Bias comparison. See, left-leaning outlets frame the shooting primarily as a distressing manifestation of rising anti-Semitism tied to Israel's Gaza operations, employing emotionally charged terms like shot dead and horrific to emphasize the human toll, yet they largely de-emphasize the suspect's political background. And in contrast, right-leaning sources pivot towards a narrative spotlighting the suspect's alleged far-left affiliations, right? And then, the Gateway. I don't even know. I hadn't even heard of some of these. Have any of you guys ever heard of the Gateway Pundit or Patriot Journal? I've heard of the Daily Caller before. OAN. I think I've heard of that one. Newsmax I've heard of. Town Hall, haven't heard of that one. And Patriot Newsfeed I haven't heard of. Washington Times, I haven't heard of that one. Examiner, I've heard of. The Print, I haven't heard of that one. Just news. Damn, there's a bunch of stuff I just haven't ever seen before. Let's see over here. A lot of news like this over here. Fox 9 is center. AP, stuff like that. I don't know. Let me go back over here very fast. Supreme Court, right? And then we got this again. All right. I at least like how it has CNN. Back when I first looked at this, CNN was in the middle. I like how they've moved it over to the left here to kind of show that, yeah, they're not the center. They're not the center. Heck, CNBC is not even the center, though. But I guess they're, yeah. $20 is a lot. $2,000 is a lot. What do you call it? No, what do you call it? Oh, hey, Lux Guy. Happy to see you, my man. No, I think he was talking about just $20. $20,000 or $2,000 for a woman, it would be absolutely insane. Let's see. I don't even know how you negotiate something like that, though. I'd feel so freaking awkward. Here we go. WIF is popping off, guys. WIF is the big one right now. Now, WIF has been going up day after day for a while here. If you go look at the daily chart, this thing has been pumping up for a while. I still like it going up higher. It's going to hit a level of resistance pretty soon, so just keep your eye on that one. But at least WIF is taking off here amongst everything else, you know? Oh my god, bro. Yeah, come on. Yeah. Yeah. Loki is anti-Michael streaming for more than an hour. Here. Well, you took it. Okay. He had a toy, and then he won't let me have it, but he wants me to throw it, so you may see him doing that for a few minutes here. Alright, so WIF is up towards 128. How far away is the 200 on the weekly chart here? No, I think it was a daily chart, wasn't it? I think it was a daily. It's right there. So, to me, that's as high as WIF is going to go for a while. But I'd love to see if it could break out above it. If anything can, it'd be WIF. But we're still pretty far away from it. So if you were to buy up right now and it goes up towards that level, it's still another 10% higher. But if I was looking to like enter into a short, perhaps, that's where I would do it. Chart. There we go. I like seeing some positivity on the charts, though. Because, I mean, you see Book of Meme is up a little bit here. Pepe's trying to go up a little bit more. Floki's going up a little bit right here. Mostly the memes. Everything else, like Bitcoin Cash, is kind of more sideways right now. Over the last few minutes there. Popcat, a little bit more of a larger pop there. Render is still doing okay, but nothing like the meme coins are. Yeah, meme coins are really the lifeblood of what's happening today. How do I deal with Loki's hair? One of the privileges of having money from crypto and stuff is that I can hire cleaning ladies, and all of my clothes except for my socks and undergarments go to a cleaning lady, like a cleaners, dry cleaners. Jesus, sorry. That's how I deal with it. Right now, I'm wearing a black shirt, right? It is covered in white hair. I do vacuum him every other day. He enjoys that. He loves getting vacuumed. I wear a lot of golf shirts because the hair is usually pretty easy. I have a lot of those. If I'm going out somewhere nice, I have those roly-poly things that pull out all the lint and the hairs and stuff like that, and that works out. But like I told you guys yesterday, I got a new microphone top, and it's in my mailbox. I haven't gone down to get it yet. But this microphone cover that you guys can hear me tapping on, this thing, if you guys can't tell, is actually covered in dog hair. So what I'm going to do later on tonight is I'm going to take off this little ring here, probably tomorrow, and I'm going to put a red one on here, so it's nice and clean. And I think I'm going to buy a couple more, so like maybe every month I just get a new one. I think they're about like $7 a pop or $10 a pop, whatever I paid for it. It works out pretty well. But it's not something that's easy to do. And yeah, Kayla, we checked out Pepe a little bit ago. If you like rewind the charts a little bit, you'll see it right up there. Rewind the stream a little bit, you'll see it. Pepe is not doing anything too crazy right now. Yeah, Pepe is just up 1%. It's nothing crazy. There we go. Shiba's really struggling, but fighting as well. So I know most of you guys know my opinions on Shiba, but in case you guys don't, Shiba Inu for me is something that you stack, you buy. It will have an explosion that happens in a very short amount of time. So I don't mean that it's gonna the pump is gonna happen imminently. I mean that when the pump happens, it happens very fast and it's very strong. So during that time where Shiba is just exploding out of nowhere, you have to start scaling out rapidly and moving up your stop losses. I would almost say Shiba is one of those things where you scale out in the first few big pumps, and then later on in the week when it has that really big one, you just move your stop loss up. You don't even care about like the scale out points anymore. You just move the stop loss up, and whenever it gets hit, you sell and you're done and you're happy with it. And maybe if you want to, you can have that stop loss sell only 95% of what you have left. You can leave that last 5% in there if you want to. But typically speaking, those things, she moves so fast that it's like pure FOMO after FOMO after FOMO. And those of us who have like buyed in bit by bit, we're using all of those FOMO guys as exit liquidity, and it's just it really works out to your advantage. It really works out. There we go. I'm gonna have to use some of his old titles for his streams because I think it works out. Mine is urgent. His is emergency. Emergency sounds much more formal. All right. At this point, I'm not even worried. Well, guess what? The market went down a lot back then. Yeah, maybe I should get no, I don't think I need a studio like he has. I'm happy with my green screen, right? But I would love to have some type of setup like this where maybe when I do the news, like, so this one is when I first say hello to you guys. Hello. This one is the majority of the stream when I'm talking to you guys about it. But when you see his stream right here, I could imagine using this for going over the news, and I think that'd be kind of cool. And having like 2-minute timers for each topic, I think that'd be kind of cool, right? But so he's not doing as much charting as I'm doing. A lot of it's talking, right? Going over different tokens, news, right? Oh no, sorry, these are 10-minute segments, right? I'd rather get the news out of the way now and then focus on Bitcoin and the technicals after. But, in his defense for this video, I guess it's already breaking down here.
Money!
There we go. It says market dump, then it goes to the Bitcoin chart, Ethereum chart, have we bottomed, China to blame, BlockFi, snafu, pipeline hackers, right? That type of stuff. He's reading off of a teleprompter as well, which is a little bit off the screen here.
In crypto,
right? Maybe I'll get that too. Actually, I have a teleprompter. What am I talking about? I already have a teleprompter. But yeah, maybe I can do something like that bit by bit. Just so you guys know what's happening, what's coming up, the news I'm going to be talking about it, everything a little bit more organized. I think that'd be kind of cool to do. And then maybe when my foot is not injured anymore, I'll probably stand up for my streams or something like that. No, because if I'm going to do a 2-hour, 3-hour stream, that's not going to work. Because maybe what I can do is I can do my main stream for like half an hour to an hour. Then I could always have somebody like zoom in and then like we're talking together and stuff like that. But that requires a staff around me, and I'm not paying for staff in America. It's way too freaking expensive. Hello, boy. You're such a good boy. You're such a good boy. Is Bitcoin? No, Bitcoin's still not doing anything of interest. Okay. All right. But okay, buddy, I'm going to call it a day. We've been streaming for about 2.5 hours now. This is about the normal time I'm going to be streaming here, guys. So it's going to be 2.5 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, maybe even 5 hours like the other day, like yesterday. But my goal is to talk with you guys through a lot of times. I thought we would have a breakout, but we still have to consolidate. So maybe when I get back tonight, that's a big maybe, I'll stream and we can have a breakout here, another breakout party. you guys will continue to see me make adjustments to my stream and stuff like that. So thank you guys for watching and like dealing with all the stuff that I'm moving around. But I think it's gonna be a good time here. I still am thinking we have one more breakout left. If you guys see that we're breaking down below this line, I would consider scaling out a little bit more than you guys have been already, right? I could even do some footnotes and bullet points off stream and work your content around that to give yourself some more direction. Also, so normally I have a teleprompter. It's Loki, move. Excuse me. I don't want to hit your toe. Yeah, huh? See? Yeah. All right. It's on the floor. I do have a teleprompter. You put the camera head right through here, and you know I already have the thing literally attached to the camera. It was upstairs and was down here beforehand. I just haven't had it set up yet because I don't know what to do with my wire because I was moving everything around. Maybe this is the wire. No, this isn't the wire. But it has the screen and everything. It goes right on top, and then I have a software called Elgato Camera Hub, and I can put all the notes on there. So I was using notes before, and my streams were going well. So that will be back on shortly once I figure out where my charger for it is, and I'll have some bullet points. But yeah, I want to have more direction where I'm talking about stuff, and then from there, you know, we can chill out and do stuff afterwards. But it's hard because like there's not as much news happening today compared to yesterday. On weekends, there's like no news happening, so it's a little bit different, right? So I will see you guys a little bit later. Get ready for more streams and stuff down the road. We're gonna have another stream here pretty soon. And Goya, it's a really nice one. It's nice. I paid some money for it. Let me show go here. Not like crazy expensive, but Elgato teleprompter. Yeah, this thing. It's like $300. What? All-in-one teleprompter with built-in screen, black, $239 at Best Buy. Is Best Buy having a sale on this? Because I bought it straight through the website. Yeah, this looks pretty nice too. Looks like it's a different model maybe, but damn, maybe I overpaid for mine. Shit, I guess I do that quite a bit. All right. And I use Ascendex. The link is down below if you want to try it out. You start off with VIP level 6, which gives you a big savings on your fees. So hopefully you enjoy that. All right, everybody. See you guys tomorrow, or maybe even later on tonight if Bitcoin's breaking out. If Bitcoin is breaking out, you will see me. Okay. No, Elgato. I go to all the cool places. Like I found that out last year at a NAB show. That's why I went this year as well. You find a lot of cool creator economy things down there that nobody else knows about. You buy them up. You're ahead of the